Is it sane? Is it possible? Still I ask myself, are we am I? In our game, it's not logical, but you contemplate, are we am I?
Yes. 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 Steve Dangle on the SDPN YouTube channel. Click like. Click subscribe. Tell all your friends. My friends. Let me tell you something. This is the penultimate Leaf stream of the season. Because I'm pretty sure, but not honestly, not totally positive, that penultimate means second last. I think that's what it means. We got one more next week, and it's the Leafs versus, I don't actually know who it's against. Francois Labelle says, fighting for love. It's a divisional game. Sens. Habs. Boston. Detroit. Are you joking? Buffalo. You're joking. Who haven't I said? It's a Florida. Ah, I wanted to get all of them wrong. I was that close. I was that close. That's crazy though. Sledge hockey clip. Steve, I'm sad. The Blue Jays are sucking right now. See, I think, and let me know what you think. I think it's way easier to be a hardcore fan of a bad hockey team than it is to be a hardcore fan of a bad, or I don't think the Jays are bad, but a struggling baseball team. There's 162 games. They play every day. Every day. Yeah, Drew goes, are you like me and you don't care until September? Yeah. Except the beginning of this season, I've cared. And I got to tell you, exhausting. Exhausting. I got to stop. I got to go back to my usual Blue Jays ways. Baseball is such a great bandwagon sport. Like, I can't wait to go to a game this summer when they're like 75 games in and be like, all right, what's the record? Because if I watch every day and get angry about Brendan Little every day, I will expire. Can we get one more? Lay it on the line. Lay it on the line. That was so good. Slacking Gaming. Hey, Steve, what are your thoughts on the Penguins? I asked Adam, curious about your take. Yo, did you all know that the Penguins are up 8-2 on the Florida Panthers right now at second intermission? Was that? The Florida Kitty Cats, the Florida Checkers? What's their AHL team? Brutal. No, tanking doesn't exist. Love you, Steve. As a Bruins fan, I feel obligated to tell you Minton is playing #1 center. That's so good, man. Also, thank you for the 10 SDPN memberships. Nice cat. Freak, tell me about it. I'm a Twins fan. Ooh. So glad we called up Villeneuve to scratch him. Okay, the one thing I'll say about that is they obviously weren't sure. Well, first of all, who the hell's the GM? Second of all, the Leafs are in California. Villeneuve played yesterday. I'm not surprised he scratched today. I'm not surprised. I don't think it's a controversy. The controversy starts if he scratched next game and OEL is still out. That's the controversy. Because there's no reason for that. None. Francois Labelle, Steve, when you stream the Habs, you have to call yourself Stéphane Pendelier. Pendelier? It's the literal French translation of Steve Dangle. Choo choo. Oh, it's CH. That's clever. Hi, Steve. Hi. Nice bird. Any thoughts on the incredibly weird way the refs were treating Porter Martone the other night? Gabbed him, screaming in his face. So weird. Yeah. NHL refs think they're in the NHL. They are astoundingly breakneck speed, violently not in the NHL. They're refs. You're there to ref the game. You are not part of the game. You're not a player. You have no stakes. These are not your poker buddies in the summer, which refs have talked about on podcasts. It's weird that any of you would ever accept a gift from any of these guys, let alone admit to it in public. Stay in your friggin' lane. Stop screaming in these guys' face and don't blow your whistle in their ear if you don't want to get punched in the head. So anyway, SLS, Leafs missing the playoffs. Berube still the head coach. Jay struggling. Raps out of a playoff spot. I got denied a make or break promotion. Life's good. See, here's the thing. That last one is the only one that matters, and even that barely matters. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I hate when people tell me this too shall pass, but it do be like that. Here's the Leafs lineup for tonight. Cowan, Tavares, Nylander, Nyes, Grew, Michelli, Joshua, Domi, Robertson, Pizzetta, Yarncroke, Lawrence. Why is Jacob Quillen scratched to play Yarncroke for his literal, in the 4 years that he's been here, first game he's ever lined up at center? You can't tell me Craig Berube is not coaching for spite. Holy cow. Invisible Enemy says choo choo. Dude. Keith Pelley sucks. Pelley didn't see the trains coming because the games were blacked out. What up? Kings lineup. We got Panarin, Kopitar, Kempe. It's pretty good. Trevor Moore, Quentin Byfield, Alex Laferriere, Jared Wright, Scott Laughton in his first game back against the Leafs, Joel Armia, Matthew Joseph, Samuel Hellenius, and Taylor Ward. I've never heard of Taylor Ward, which is why he is scoring tonight. Is Laughton scoring? Yes. So the Leafs are down 2-0 to start this game. Would the Sabres be a go train and the Habs a via? Habs via, yes. Sabres go train, no. We'll work on it. Meme Empress. I should hope the Pens are putting the belt to the Panthers' ass. Bolts did that to them. It's quite the rendition of O Canada going on right now. Bolts did that to them Thursday. Also, it's just funny to badly beat the Cats like that. I agree. Oh, are you guys listening to this anthem? Oh, it's already the American anthem. Oh, maybe I'm behind. I am behind. Yeah, it's the American anthem now. I was behind. Holy cow, the Canadian anthem was bad. And as usual, when it's a Canadian team playing in the States, they go, and now the real anthem. And there's a better singer with trumpets. Berube just don't care no more. Steve, did you watch the Jays yesterday? And why you complaining we want them to lose? The Jays? Do you mean the Leafs? I don't get it. Francois Labelle sent 5 SDPN memberships. What did the Habs score already? Sabres are Amtrak. Okay, now I know that's an American train. I'm out of my depth. I'm pretty sure it's trumpets. Those trumpets? If Habs play Buffalo, do they get 7 home games if the Habs fans take over? That won't be happening. Sabres fans are going to pack that joint. Drew says 0% chance. Oh, it's a mariachi band. Those are trumpets, right? Just saw Canada in space beautifully, says Denise Campbell. Oh, because of Artemis. Thank you, Drew. We're about to drop the puck. Leafs. Kings. Drew says these Kings jerseys are terrible. I think is yeah, he's right. The puck is dropped. Scrum draw. Kings come out with it and they shovel it down. Joseph Woll is your starter for the Leafs. Philip Myers out there in the starting lineup. It do be like that. Kings are calling the Leafs offside. But the ref didn't say it, so Nick Robertson's like, to hell with y'all. Kings get out of their zone. I love Robbie. Slapper from Kopitar. That misses. Joel Edmondson, Leaf legend, to Drew Doughty. I'm wrong. That was Mikey Anderson. Old habits die hard. Same number. Cowan, Tavares. That's offside. That's definitely offside. There's Edmondson. 44-6. Same thing. Stetcher, Benoit. Leafs can't get out of their zone. Willie intercepts, and he'll begin the breakout. Cowan joining him. Tavares with him. On, looking for a rebound. Doesn't get it. Kemper holds on for a faceoff. Steve Dangle here on the SDPN YouTube channel. Click like, click subscribe, tell your friends. Why are you complaining about the Leafs putting Yarncroke at center? We want them to lose. That's what I meant. Honestly, valid. And your name is Nick. There's a friend of mine named Nick who is maybe the king of Tank Nation right now. Freak says, I had some ravioli tonight in honor of you. I'm very jelly. Sabres would be the Eglinton Crosstown. Took years to build up, but finally here. All right. The problem is no Sabres fan is going to get that. The Kings have the exact same amount of total losses as the Rangers, Drew said. Icing against the Kings. But they're tied for a playoff spot. Dude, the West is catastrophic. There's Lawton. Sportsnet learned after the guitar anthem a few years ago in Anaheim not to pan to Nylander. Francois Labelle eating chicken, fusilli, and tomato sauce au gratin. You know, you guys are just mean. You're mean to the ulcered community. Shot. Please say what? What did I say? Au gratin. It's gratin? I thought it was gratin. All right, Scott Latin with the puck. No, I'm kidding. Penalty coming up here. Don't know if it's against the Leafs or Red Wings. Red Wings, Kings. Are they calling the Kings for too many men? What's happening here? Oh, it hit the linesman. Oh, that's so confusing. So the puck hit a linesman who was up on the bench, but they're calling an icing anyway, so it's back in the King zone. Here's Yarncroke with his weird tippy-tappy face-off. And he wins it clean to Stetcher. Stetcher on. That goes just wide. Pizzetta, big hit. Kings can't break it in clean. Pizzetta with it. Goes to Stetcher. Stetcher really late realizing what was going on there. Benoit absorbs a hit. Kings attacking him 2-on-1. Pizzetta gets it to Lawton, who tries to get something going here with the fourth line. Oh, that's a nice hit from Pizzetta. Work back to the point. Leafs, pew, stopped. Why are there? Hellenius had 2 gloves off. Did he challenge Pizzetta to a fight? What happened there? Oh, he did. He tried grabbing him. Why did he do that? I guess they're gonna. So I'm not familiar with Hellenius. Like I know of him. Is he a fighter? He's big. Samuel Hellenius? Yeah, second round pick of the Kings 2021. 41 penalty minutes in 46 games. Holy smokes, 6'6", 225. Pizzetta's crazy enough to fight him, too. Pizzetta's going to get fed? Yeah, that's crazy reach. Uh, with Brad out, will you be yelling Keith now? It's a good question. I haven't thought about it. Hopefully, it doesn't give me a reason to. Shay, have you seen the video of Keith Pelley dancing to Come On Ride the Choo Choo Train? No, I haven't. Can I be an enormous stick in the mud? I get sent these like Leaf AI videos all the time. They mostly, I'm afraid to say, suck ass. Cowan, someone just took a giant hit, a giant run at Cowan, and Cowan sticking up for himself. We got a whole pile up here. Cowan's on the bottom of it. Holy cow. Cowan, yeah, he's got like someone in a figure four here. I think it was Mikey Anderson. Still no gloves off. And it'll be interesting to see the refs sort this out here. But once again, there's Easton Cowan, fearless. He got lined up pretty good. Yeah, Anderson stood him up. Cowan didn't like it. They tackle each other to the ice, and then it's a pile on. Cowan getting the only one. He's in the box. And Anderson's calling it terrible. 2 minutes each roughing. You know what? I don't hate the Kings not liking that call, to be honest. Yeah, like it wasn't a bad hit. Cowan didn't like it, so he went at Anderson, and Anderson simply did not allow him to kick his ass. No, you know what? Like I think the Kings have a legitimate beef here, but 4-on-4 for the next 2 minutes. If you're Keith, who do you hire as president of the Leafs? Me. Because you need someone who's willing to tell Rogers to kiss their bottom. I'll do it. I would do it for free. In fact, I usually do, but I would also do it for a lot of money. That's mostly it. Carlo, point blank, but he's stopped by Kemper nearly at his first as a Leaf, which is just insane to say. That shot was awful. Yes. Both of those shots were awful. Drew says you could shoot harder than that. Honestly, he shot it from where I shoot it from sometimes, which is like in front of you. I've been trying to teach Leo, like, pull the puck back because he's 5 and he shoots the puck from in front of him. And then I had a shot in beer league and I was like, I don't know, I thought that was okay. And I found footage of it and I was like, oh, I did it too. I shot it from in front of me. I suck. Kings with it behind their net. Brant Clark. Oh, here we go. Domi drops it for Nyes. Shot! Scores! That was a nice pass from Domi. A nice pass or nice shot from Nyes. Frankly, I'm surprised that beat Kemper. But a little over 4 minutes in, with some 4-on-4 action, the Leafs go up 1-0 in a game a lot of people would argue they need to lose. What did I tell you, folks? The Leafs are winning this game. Literally, at the moment, they are winning this game. Yeah, that can't go in. That's real crappy from Kemper. That's garbage. Why? Right under the blocker. Leafs are out shooting the Kings 5-0. The Kings desperately need to win this game. Leafs need to lose this game. Leafs need the Kings to win this game. Leafs are going to win 5-3. Mark my words. Mark my words. Shannon, the hockey guy for Leafs GM. I'm into it. What about Darren Ferris as Leafs next GM? I would rather die. I'm having a great time. I don't know about you guys. I bet you are, Cass. Cowan retaliated, and instead of letting him take the penalty, Anderson tackled him. And you think he should be allowed to do that without a call? I mean, yeah, but he tackled him because he didn't want to get beat up for laying a clean hit. Like 4-on-4 is fine. It's fine. But like if I was the Kings, I would be upset about it as well. Nick, I'd pay MLSE to tell the CEO of Rogers to FO. If you were truly offered the GM job, would you take it? No. No. Do you know how instantly the quality of my life would plummet? We'll explore that. Cassie, thank you for 20 gifted SDPN memberships. Drop some Cassie clans in the chat if you got an SDPN membership from Cassie. Kings fans know Kemper has been bad since the break. No kidding. So the Leafs want a third instead of a second? You know they do. Steve, you hear about Drew trying to put donuts on the toaster today? Drew, that is your buddy. Yeah. As well. I've only ever met two people named Meow, and I assumed that was the one you know. High stick will draw a whistle. So Drew, yeah, we can tell the story because it ended okay. Drew went grocery shopping, and he did what everyone does. He, while unloading his groceries, he put his groceries down on the counter. He had a box of donuts that he put on top of a toaster that was plugged in but not on. Well, a bag fell over. Am I telling that correctly? Oh, you placed the bag on the counter, but it flicked the toaster on, and it set the box of donuts on fire. Drew noticed it. Thank God. But yeah, he just texted me. I looked down at my phone. I have 5 unread texts from Drew. I'm like, well, this is very likely bad. And I open it, and he's like the first text is like, so I almost burned my house down. I'm like, what? So yeah. We're in commercial break, by the way. Steve Dangle here on the SDPN YouTube channel. Click like, click subscribe, tell your friends. Please win so the Preds can get Avalanche in 4. Ooh. Just came here to say choo choo, go Habs go. Francois LaBelle. Oh, and I forgot choo choo. Power Pat says choo choo. Keith, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. Please win this for us Jets fans. Oh man, that's incentive to win. Wait. No, that's incentive to lose. Fun fact, the Pens and Panthers play again at PPG tomorrow. Oh my God. Steve, Wedgwood got another shutout today, but not in Vezina conversation. Thoughts? I need to see more of his stats. The Avalanche aren't that interesting of a team from an outsider just because they've been so good. Like, to me, it's only interesting when they go on a slump because I expect them to be elite. And here they are set to win the President's Trophy like pretty comfortably. Also, who you got for the Rocket and Hart? Hart, Celebrini if the Sharks make the playoffs. McKinnon if they don't. And then Rocket, Drew, I'm sorry, I'm going to say Caulfield. He's going to get 2 tonight, I'm telling you. If you became GM, at least you'd have elite medical staff to deal with your ulcers. You know what? That's true, but only for while I'm there. which I can assure you would be a maximum of 1 season. Hayden and I are happy. Wild smashed the Sens today. I was happy too. Fill in the blank. Keith Pelley's performance is a top blank worst press conference in Toronto sports history. Thanks for all the great content. Oh, man. I mean, ultimately, like, it's not going to, like, Kyle Dubas's conference after the 2023 playoffs got him fired. Like, that was objectively worse than what Keith Pelley said. Like, Keith Pelley had a horrible press conference, but, like, there were no stakes, right? Like, okay, the press conference sucked, but, like, it doesn't mean anything. Nothing necessarily happened. Lawton out there battling his old teammate Nick Robertson. Kings come up with it. Shot! Wool saved it, and the Kings couldn't get to the rebound. They have it now. Doughty at the point. On, deflected! Covered up by Wool. Leafs lead 1-0. Who would I give the Jack Adams to if I were voting? Ruff's the favorite. Yeah, Cooper. Rick Bowness has barely lost. But he hasn't coached all season. Yet he's the reason why the Blue Jackets are even in the playoff conversation. I'll go off the board and say Bowness. The Blue Jackets were last in the East. Last. And the Sabres were the Sabres. Yeah, it's a tough one. It's a weird season. Weird season in general and weird season for the Jack Adams. Face off, a little under 13 minutes to go. Virtual love and good vibes to Steve, Drew, and the SDPN crew, says Heather. Caulfield winning. Also, thank you. Caulfield winning the Rocket would be legendary. I have his Young Guns card. So when he does well, I'm happy. Do I have a Caulfield? I have 3 Hudsons. That's not true. I have 2 Hudsons, and Leo has a Hudson. Which one's in the best condition? We had them all checked. Not graded, but like crudely graded. Basically, I went to a card shop and they told me which cards to send out and get graded, and they only told me to get my OV graded, and it was a 10. But none of my Hudsons are that great, unfortunately. I think Dubas was trying to get fired. I don't, but you got fired anyway. Steve, where does Joey Chestnut rank amongst GOATs? Not very high. He doesn't even stand on 4 legs. Chances of Florida getting McKenna, 100%. I've already planted my flag in the sand. Clip this. Okay? It's a great league. It's a fair league. Okay? The Florida Panthers are winning the draft lottery this year. They are. You think it's going to be the Rangers? You think James Dolan is going to be gifted the first overall pick? You're on drugs. They hate him. They hate the owner. That's how this club works, Drew. It's got nothing to do with ratings or fan base or any of that. Here come the Kings. Kempe. Shot doesn't get through, or rather pass doesn't get through. Doughty goes to the neutral zone to get the pucks. Leafs. Line change. Allows the Kings to break through. One-timer. Off the setup from Panarin is stopped by Wool. 11:18 to go in the first. Brendan Little is making me look forward to watching the Toronto Maple Leafs. That's how early season baseball is going. Oof. Even though the Leafs stink, it is a little nice to be able to watch some stress-free hockey. Not having a scoreboard watch is really refreshing. Bless you, Dylan, because we're all scoreboard watching. Habs flag on my truck. Choo-choo, says Garrett. Got my Demidov graded, and it's an 8. Yeah, like, you're not getting anything for an 8. Like, it has to be like a legendary player for an 8 to be worth much. It's a good card, but you should keep it. Like, you shouldn't sell it. You should keep it. That's the kind of card that you sell in like 20 years when he retires. You know what I mean? Can you do more live shows next year? Maybe. Would Terry Punchout play for the Leafs? Yes, he would. In fact, he did. King's well offside. Horrible drop pass. 10:44 to go in the first period. Sedin Magic, you have no idea how pissed I'm going to be if the Panthers win the lottery. Well, get ready. They're doing it. Max shouldn't even be a Hart finalist, IMO. Celebrini, Kucherov, and McDavid are infinitely more valuable to their team. Colorado is stacked. Says, it's tone, kids. Drew said, can I block him? Do not block him. I wish I still had my Pokemon cards from 1999. Oh, you and me both, dude. My holographic Machamp. Kings off the rebound. That goes wide. We're not even halfway through this period here. Leafs once out shooting the Kings 5-0. It's now 5-5. But maybe it doesn't matter because the score is 1-0. Kings really have woken up here. This is a must-win game for them, and it is Saturday for the Leafs. I tell you what, if the Kings lose this game, they don't deserve to make the playoffs. This game, like, listen, I know some people really hate tanking. Objectively, the Leafs winning this game hurts the franchise. Not even for their own draft lottery odds, but if the Kings make the playoffs, the Leafs get a second-round pick instead of a third because of Lawton. Kings missed the playoffs. They traded Scott Lawton for a third, which sucks. Trading him for a second sucks. Trading him for a third sucks worse. Offside against the Kings, super delayed. 9:15 to go in the first. Myers dumps it from center. Kemper out of the net to play it. Plays it to Mikey Anderson. 9:05 to go in the first period. Shout out Pickering. Doughty. Down the ice. Kings trying to get something going here, but Nyes has it in his own zone. Leafs, boy, their breakout sucks. Carlo up the ice to Michelli. Around the boards. Bo Grew. Kings break it out. Haven't seen Pizzetta fight Hellenius yet. Nice still out there. McCabe. That's not ice. 8:15 to go in the first. Cody Ceci. Up the ice. Here come the Kings. Hard on the forecheck. Dakota Joshua. Stetcher jumps up in the rush. Pass out of reach of Bo Grew. Back to Stetcher. Stopped by Kemper. Stetcher works hard, and I think he's got a good mind, but his execution is not quite always there. Benoit on! That is stopped. Kings cleared the rebound. Yoel Armia retrieves it. Lawton. He got a cheer, I think, from the fans there. Edmondson. Byfield. Passes it off. Shot. That is blocked. Byfield. Kings have it in the corner. LaFerriere. There's Trevor Moore. Former Leaf. A lot of former Leafs on this team. Some of them sneaky. Oh, what a pass! Wall is stopped. The Leafs are about to go to the penalty kill. Oh, Byfield retrieves it. Fandon! And Tavares clears that. It's going to be a slash against the Leafs, and the Kings will go to the power play with a chance to tie. Freak, I am keeping it, waiting for his retirement or Hall of Fame induction. Yeah, that's valid. That's valid. With the Leafs officially getting in the E in the standings, they're going to go on an absolute heater and not lose for the rest of the season. You might be right. SLS again, hot take. I'd rather the Leafs give up the 6th pick than an unprotected one the next 2 seasons. You never know what's going to happen in the future. I don't know. I think the Leafs are more likely to have fortune by winning games than tanking. Because people keep going, oh, they have a chance to get in the bottom 5. All it takes is one team to jump over the Leafs in the lottery. And all of a sudden, the Bruins get the 6th overall pick. I just see the odds being in the Leafs' favor if they actually move up in the standings. Like, I'm not optimistic they'll be able to get a top 5 pick, but could happen, and it's what I want to happen, but I'm not going to hold my breath. After the Habs win the next 6 Stanley Cups, those cards will be worth money. Choo-choo. This is going to be the year of choo-choo. Freak, I only really got into card collecting this year. It's a good era for it. Trading Lawton for a second is what he's worth. The thing that sucks is what we paid for him. I agree with the second part. I look at what Vegas paid to get Nick Dowd. You couldn't have got that, which I believe was a guaranteed 2nd and guaranteed 3rd. Vegas paid more for Nick Dowd than Seattle paid for Bobby McMahon. Anyway, that's why he got fired. Meme Empress, would now be a bad time to mention I have a shiny Persian card? Ooh, it's an original from whatever Gen 2 cards got printed. That's got it. You should get that graded. Why is JT never on the PK? He's defensively responsible enough. I don't understand. I don't know. He's not exactly the most fleet of foot. Kings battling, and the Leafs clear it. I just feel like Tavares has good speed once he gets chugging along, but his acceleration's awful. Oh, Lorentz steals it. Breakaway. Lorentz scores. Snake bitten all season, and of all games, this is the one he pots one in. A shorty with 6:18 to go in the first. What did I tell you? What did I tell you? The Leafs are absolutely winning this game. They take the 2-0 lead. That's Anze Kopitar he ripped off. Darcy Kemper is shocking stuff. Shocking. 2-0 Leafs lead. I said 5-3. I've been saying 5-3 all day to anyone who will listen. They're winning 5-3. Kemper has allowed 2 goals on 6 shots. Kings have 1 minute and 5 seconds to draw even on this power play. Here comes Byfield. 1/3 of Lawton's goals this season have been shorthanded. There's Lawton. Sorry, I said 1/3 of Lorentz's goals have been shorthanded. Lawton had the puck when I said it. Doughty. Kempy. Jeez. I'm having a beast. 35 seconds to go on this power play. Kings working it around. They miss wide. Sorry, I just had a big Easter dinner, so the gas is going. 25 seconds. Kopitar. Oh, nice pass to Panarin. Shoots. Stop by Wool. Rebound. Oh, Leafs can't clear. 15 seconds. Doughty. Hands it back. Clark. On. That was deflected well, but stopped by Wool. Panarin. To the point. Barely held at the line. Dying seconds of the power play. Leafs block a shot. Leafs kill it off, but the Kings still have the puck. Nope, it's Philip Myers, and he goes all the way down the ice. Spinorama. Who is this? This is like when Martin Marincin scored that breakaway. The Kings have it back. Choo-choo, says Francois Labelle. 1-0 Habs because of Struble. And also, that's so Leafy. Oh, I know. I told you they were going to win this game. Brian Dumoulin shot stopped by Wool, and he covers it up. 4:18 to go in the first. Freak said, I also sent a pair of cards to the Wild to see if I can get Kaprizov to sign them. It's just a regular from this year and his portrait card from a year ago. Portrait would be good to sign because of the texture. I know I won't see him back for quite a while. I don't know. LOL, just like you said, gotta laugh at the leafiness. Okay, I think I'd be a terrible general manager. I do. I do think there would be value in hiring me. Just as a historian of the BS this team does. After all these years covering this team, you got to admit, I'm pretty good at seeing what's coming with these guys. Me and Jesse emphatically, after the Leafs lose game 5 to Florida, we were both like, they are going to win game 6. They are going to get destroyed in game 7. Me saying the Leafs are going to win this game. The Leafs, out of 82, need to win this game the least most. So naturally, they're up 2-0. Sloopins can outleaf the win with a Lawton Hattie. The Lightning clinched. Well, I could have told you that. I could have told you that a month ago. No, Zamboni driver. I wouldn't be fan ambassador. Ambassador means I endorse the product. No, they need to hire me to be like, here's what these bums are about to do. I'd leak the info. CJ would get all the scoops. I'd be like, I don't know. I don't know how they got it. So the Kings, by the way, have 9 of the last 10 shots. The one shot the Leafs got in that chunk went in. This is the leafiest game of the season, bro. Whoa! Cowan just laid out Mikey Anderson. These two are going to go at it all night. I love it. Now they're battling again. Cowan laid him out. Nylander to McCabe. Oh, he couldn't get that pass through. I tell you what, Matthews getting hurt was awful. It was awful for Matthews. It was awful for the Leafs. It was awful. Period. However, it might have been the best thing that ever happened to Easton Cowan's career because he plays like a completely different person. Completely different person since that happened. He's like going out looking for a fight every night. Not to mention he is putting up some points while he's doing it. Trevor Moore, Kings offside. Domi wants to go Mikey Anderson. Max, what are you doing? Domi's going to be going to the box now. I'm not sure Max needed to do that. I mean, Anderson, I don't think should be going to the box at all. Nice yipping at him. Like Cowan flattened him. That was a beauty hit. Anderson giving him the stick work a little bit. Cowan giving it right back. And then Domi went at him. And he was just trying to get him to go. Nah. I mean, Anderson turtled, but like Domi, he didn't need to do that. Cowan was sticking up for himself just fine. I don't know. They're not going to make the playoffs. Like, you know what? Domi is probably putting his team shorthanded here. Oh, he's putting his team shorthanded for 4 minutes. Tank Commander, Max Domi. Hire you as the stress and trauma coach. You can tell them the leafiest outcomes before the game helps temper expectations. Here's what these bum Leafs are about to do. So, a Sportsnet commentator, zing. I have thoughts. Panarin. Thank you, David Wilson. Panarin shoots. Oh, I think that hit the post. Leafs can't clear. Did you hear someone go, oh my God, LaFerriere, point blank goes wide. He's one-on-one with the goalie. How don't you hit the net there? Kempe can't get that through. Panarin's had some really nice plays so far tonight. Kempe. On. Deflected. Doesn't get through. Panarin. LaFerriere. Good play, and Grew dumps it down the ice. NF, Brandon Carlo is a deep sea sleeper agent from Boston. No goals in 132 games. Get me some more tinfoil. I need a new hat. If you want my opinion, he is not the only sleeper agent the Bruins have traded in the last 24 months. Oh, Armia stopped by Wool. If you don't think that stuff happens, you're wrong. It's Domi. What do you think he's doing? Punching a guy. 2:30 to go in the power play. Next 25 seconds, pretty crucial for the Kings here. Armia puts that well wide off the one-timer. Byfield. 15 seconds until the first minor is over. Awful pass, and the Leafs will clear easily. Kings, full change here as Kemper out of his net to play it. 1 minute to go in the first period here. So if the Kings don't score, they will begin the second period with an abbreviated power play. Almost a minute. LaFerriere can't center it. This Kings power play is awful. Panarin, cross ice. That shot doesn't get through. Grew's not a bad penalty killer, right? Panarin into the slot for Kempe. Nope. LaFerriere in front. Kings keep it alive, but the hand pass and Carlo wisely just not playing it, and the ref blows it dead. 20.7 to go in the first. This game could use some trumpets. How was that, Drew? If you watch SDP VIP, that was very funny. If you don't, that was annoying. One of the Leafs is a mole. Yeah, talking about the 999 challenge. A saboteur working for the NHL to try to hurt the team as much as possible during the season. Who is the mole? The coach. I don't know. Dying seconds of the first year, 10 seconds. Kings can't hold the zone. Boy, this power play is atrocious. Good PK from the Leafs. Credit where credit is due. That'll do it for the first period. What did I tell you? The Leafs take the 2-0 lead in the first intermission because of a nice goal that was a muffin, just a muffin, and a Steven Lorentz short-handed goal off a turnover from Anze Kopitar. Steve Dangle here on the SDPN YouTube channel. Click like, click subscribe. Tell all your friends. Sloopins, you want your children to stand up for themselves, but you also want everyone else to know not to mess with your children. That's what Max was doing. Honestly, totally valid. As a Canes fan, it's your fault for being awesome, Steve. Me and my dad are also Leaf fans. I'm so sorry. My dad is devastated about the Leafs and Matthews this season, but we're going to be here with you when y'all finally get that cup. I love you. Do the Leafs hate sad homeless puppies? Yes. Mostly because they don't have $900 to pay to wave the flag at center ice. Total malarkey. Let's see. Biggest market in the sport. Team that's been around forever. Playoff utility. Top heavy roster. Blue and white color syndrome. Jerry Jones for GM. He's got GM experience in Dallas. Too many people call the Leafs the Dallas Cowboys. I am old enough to remember the Cowboys winning and like being in the Super Bowl all the time. Meow. Welcome to SDP VIP. Leafs are going to win, but still lose. Classic, says Carl. Isn't that it? Shay Andrus. Hey, Steve. Hey, Shay Andrus. Drew, what do you want to show? What's up to me? That's terrifying. Oh, let's do that. Let's do us reacting to Brady, the other Kachchuck, and his dork ass podcast, and Linus Ullmark, who had not a very good game today. Real quick before we get to that, Michael from Fake London, was everyone aside from me aware that Keenan Thompson played the knuckle puck kid in D2? Yes. Sorry. Here's a clip about me talking about Brady and his dork ass show.
We're going to start with Brady Kachchuck, who is at center stage because of his podcast with his brother Matthew. It's called Wingman. And of course, their father Keith, who was on. Now, we got the clip here, and we can sort of bring that up. But I think what's important here is that we start with this clip led to both the purported target, which Brady denies, Linus Ullmark, and Brady Kachchuck saying, no, we won't do media before the hockey game. And they had a very good game last night, the Ottawa Senators.
Of course.
They beat up on the Sabres. What?
Down 1-0 and stormed all the way back.
Which is pretty amazing.
Yes.
I mean, well, being down 1-0 and storming all the way back is...
Wow. Hey, listen. Let me paint a picture.
As a Leaf fan, 4-1 is a difficult score for us.
Difficult lead to hold.
But they held it, and they played a great game, and Brady was, I think, at his best in this game. I think he did some good stuff.
Yeah, he did.
He got fined $25,000, $2,500, I should say, for the unsportsmanlike conduct.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, I'm sure it was worth the money.
So he was at his best in terms of his shitheadery.
And that's shithousery, even.
Oh, I have some thoughts on his shithousery. We'll get there.
All right.
Are we allowed to show this?
Yeah, of course we are. It's Wingman. It's a podcast.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we can play this. Now, this is Keith Kachchuck talking, new at 11, old NHL player thinks young guys are soft. So this is not a new take.
No, I'm glad they have a show. You need new perspective.
But Keith, here's what Keith had to say about nobody in particular.
And I had a big cast on because I broke my wrist or something in the Olympics. So yes, that's what happens. You play through injuries, guys. Holy Christ, this whole team. My pinky hurts. I'm out for 6 days.
I knew that was coming. I knew right when he said that. I'm like, don't say it. I'm like, don't you say it.
I just had a bad sleep, so I can't play today. Oh my God, disgusting.
All right. Well, we're gonna move on here.
Can't play back to back.
So
Rest management.
that is crazy. I mean, back to back. That used to not be whatever. But
Grant Fuhrer played 70 games in 1 year.
I think 76. Yeah,
76.
76.
Haven't shot.
All right, now everybody now assumes that they know who that's about. Now, Brady's answer about this, I'm going to say, but you notice when he says, "Oh, I hurt my pinky," and he kind of throws to Matthew a little bit there, and then he says, "Rest back to back." And it sort of goes the other way. Now,
So just for clarity, he is talking about the Florida Panthers when he says his whole team. He's pointing at Matthew Kachchuck because the entire half of the Florida Panthers are out right now. Half the roster, they're all gone.
In yesterday's video, I said they should just be called the Florida because there are no Panthers left.
yes.
There are none left.
I like that.
So that is what started the conversation, but he's clearly alluding to things when he brings up Grant Fuhrer and the back-to-back game.
Right. And that would be Linus Ullmark, who plays the same position as Grant Fuhrer used to. And people...
Is Bob out? Does Bob need rest? Has that been a hot button topic? No. No, it's been the other one.
Who on Thursday to Saturday did not have back-to-back starts. He was off Saturday after starting on Thursday because he needed the rest.
That's right. And, people took that as a shot across the bow, and I think rightfully, because that's been a bit of a thing. I mean, that Detroit game that Ottawa lost because they didn't lose it because Linus wasn't in net, but it didn't help that their $8.25 million goaltender was like, no, I need a rest day. And, it's interesting. Coach Travis Green, the way he talked about it, and this is what really legitimized it for me, was he said, well, Linus needed a rest. And everybody just assumed that was mental health, right? Mm-hmm. But Travis Green didn't say that. And if had it been mental health, I think he would have, or he wouldn't have addressed it at all. That's what I think would have happened.
I don't know. There's a lot of assumption going on.
Yeah.
But, no one... It seemed pretty obvious that no one in media or in the Sens fan base was too happy to see him rest.
That's right. And both Linus and Brady refused to speak to the media, as I said, before last night's game, which, again, the Sens won in convincing fashion, and we have to give them credit for that.
And apparently that is standard practice for Ullmark, like to not talk before a game, not so much for Brady.
Okay.
Goaltenders don't talk before games.
There you go.
Like, that's not a thing that happens. So the expectation that he would is a little absurd.
Now, Coming in Hot Sens posted Brady's full 5-minute postgame. Mm-hmm. And at 3 minutes and 33 seconds, they ask him about this podcast clip.
Steve, can you do when somebody asks the guy? What do you say?
When someone asks, so I asked the fucking guy.
And
he said,
one more time.
So I asked the fucking guy.
Those wins feel great, and those losses feel like it's the end of the world, and especially the way we lost in Florida. That obviously didn't sit well with everybody, and especially the guys in this room. And just think it shows the character and how we handle that, and efforts like this after a game that's unacceptable to our standard.
There's a lot of talk about the podcast, the last one you did with your dad, and some comments made about how players handle injuries and goalies playing back to that. Were you able to clarify that your dad might have been? Yeah, I mean, being a part of it and rewatching it, I mean, I think it was pretty clear he was talking about Florida. But just I don't know how that got turned and misconstrued, that it happens. But I mean, I know in there I thought it was clear as day he was talking about Florida, but all that other stuff and just people taking it and twisting it, just nothing I can do about it. So you don't think your dad made a shot at Linus at all?
I don't think, and I talked to him after, there was not one shot. So, I don't know how that got twisted and have to talk about it now, but I thought it was clear as day. He's talking about the Florida Panthers.
Or any of the clips about ice time?
Yeah, I mean, I've answered twice now, so I mean, it's nothing I can say that what people twist and say. I know what I was a part of it, and all those things didn't come out of my mouth. And I mean, I completely respect my dad. He's going to be a Hall of Famer. So I mean, I'm not gonna put words in his mouth or explain what he said. He's just, if you know him, he's an outgoing guy. He says kind of what he thinks, and I know it's comes from a good place.
So anyway, that's using the truth to lie. He was absolutely talking about the Panthers. He seemed like he was also talking about your team there, Brady.
He used his shots at the Panthers to take an underhanded shot at Linus Ullmark.
Yeah.
He was talking about the Panther. Oh, my pinky hurts, this and that and that. And, he doesn't like that the Panthers are basically mailing it in. Let's not forget Keith Kachchuck going off on the Panthers on Toronto radio in 2023, basically spearheaded a dynasty because they were not good. He called them soft. They started winning games and just sort of decided to never stop doing that. Got all the way to the cup final, and then they won back-to-back cups. But then he points at Brady and he starts talking about goalies, and there is no issue with Sergei Bobrovsky that I'm aware of.
I've never seen out for a maintenance day from Sergei Bobrovsky.
He's one of the most. He's one of the few quote unquote old school goalies left, in that he's literally one of the oldest, and also he plays the most games if he's available. No, that's Brady sticking up for his dad, and he's trying to put water on the fire that he created. And I'm fascinated by the shelf life of that show. I'm fascinated by how long it's going to be around, and I'm fascinated by what they decide to do with it, because it's going to cause them headaches. And because Matthew and Brady Kachchuck like speaking their mind, and their dad likes speaking their mind, we assume they're going to be great at this. And what they also have to be willing to do is put up with some shit if they're going to be talking all kinds of craziness, right? If they're going to be talking about this and talking about that. Oh, I don't know how words got da-da-da-da. Well, then maybe you shouldn't be doing this.
I think the shelf life on the show is rather long, because this is a headache that he wants and they want.
Did it seem like he wanted it?
That show is not live. He sat there and he heard the words that were said. And if he didn't want that out there, he wouldn't have had that out there. He's using, I think it's rather pathetic. He's using his daddy to get a message out 100%. There to someone directly. And I think he's very happy with dealing with a scrum like that. I think he's very well coached there. I think he knows how to handle himself in those situations. And he is happy with having that message out there, because he could have removed it if he wanted to. And he's okay with dealing the backlash, because now he knows that message is out there.
Yeah, no, I think he's fine. I think you're misunderstanding me. Like when I talk about the shelf life, he likes talking all this shit, and then people ask him follow-up questions, and all of a sudden he doesn't want it anymore.
No. I think he knew what he was doing entirely. I think that's where we disagree. I think in that moment he's okay with dealing with Julian's questions in those scrums, because he has to answer those. He probably thinks it's going to be 2. He gets into a third one. Then he gets a little perturbed, but he can deal with the couple questions every couple months if something comes up, if he gets to have the podcast platform. Because this is only going to come up every now and again when they do make news, and maybe he gets asked about in a scrum, but now he can deal with it in the scrum, but he also gets the other platform, and he's happy with that. I think he's perfectly fine dealing with himself in that situation.
He didn't look uncomfortable there.
No,
I think he's like, listen, I've already answered it. And remember, when players are in a press scrum, and we've said this before, especially with coaches, actually, it's not the law.
Yes.
Like, they don't have to tell the truth.
No.
And I have a hard time believing that the back-to-back comment from Keith Kachchuck, who's never won a Stanley Cup, would be about the Panthers, who've gone to 3 straight cup finals.
No.
I know that he's lying, and that's okay.
Yeah, no, I think in that moment, Brady Kachchuck isn't Mitch Marner. He can stand in front of the media and not look scared and have a competent conversation and lie whichever side he wants to lie about. And he'll be fine, because he gets to go on a podcast with his brother and talk a bunch of shit.
And the players in that dressing room got the message.
Yeah, I was just looking at Keith Kachuk's career, by the way. Steve Dangle here on the SDPN YouTube channel. Click like, click subscribe, tell all your friends. Upon longer review, this is the most obvious win for the Leafs in like 11 months. We all knew they were going to win Game 6 in Florida over the Panthers. We all knew. All of us. Every single one of us. We all knew. You should have known they were going to win this game. In fact, if they go 2 for 3 on this road trip, that is in fact even worse than them going 3 for 3. They beat the Ducks. That doesn't matter. It's just 2 points, which if you want them to tank is bad. They lose to the Sharks. That's bad because it hurts the Kings' playoff chances. And then you beat the Kings, who you need them to make the playoffs. Don't the Leafs pass the Kings in the standings if they win tonight? The West is awful. Okay, the Leafs have 77. Yeah, the Kings have 79. The Leafs will tie them in points and have more wins. The LA and they'll tie the Preds. They'll tie the Sharks. The Sharks are 21st. They're a lot closer to getting out of the top 5 than they are getting in my opinion. If the Blues and Jets pass them, Leafs will still no, I don't think it's in the cards for the Leafs to get a top 5 pick this year unless they finish like 7th or 8th last and win the lottery that way. That's the only way. The only way they're going to get a top 5 pick this year is dumb luck. Just accept it, guys. Accept it. That's it. That's it. Your options are dumb luck, and that's all the options. I need the Leafs to play like this is a revenge game for 1993. Sharks fan here. Didn't the Leafs play the Sharks in 1993? Or was that 94? I remember that series as a kid. Drew, when's the Yzer plan going to start working? Yikes. Okay, there, Adam. Oh, wow. Hey, Steve, Tumbler Ridge, where the tragedy was, is a Hockeyville contender. Shout out. Is it possible to help out contenders for Hockeyville? That's still so crazy, man. Meow, Drew, do your thing. Jinx the Leafs. No, Drew jinxing the Leafs would be if he agreed with me. Like, Drew, what did you say before the game began? You said Kings are going to smack them. You knew what you were doing. You're a piece of garbage. Drew said, I want the Leafs to be 5th last and then lose the lottery and pick 6th. Domie's yapping at someone. So it was Carlo versus Malott last year in a fight. I cannot believe that's the same Brandon Carlo. That was a good scrap. Two-goal deficit. Let's see if there's a fight for the Kings. They should be looking for one off the opening draw here. Has Pizzetta played since that little encounter with Hellenius? I don't remember seeing him. Leafs are going to start this period down a man. Domi's still in the box. I didn't notice it, Drew. Can you send it to me? All right. Leafs win that draw. Puck is dropped here in the second. 53 seconds to go in this Kings power play. For some reason, and no one has noticed, the Hockey Night in Canada scorebug is stuck on hits. No one has noticed. It was stuck like that in the first period. And I was like, I don't remember the Leafs getting 13 shots. It's stuck 13-7 on hits. And no one has noticed. And if they have noticed, they haven't fixed it. 20 seconds to go in this power play. No. Let's see how long it stays like that. 10 seconds to go in this Kings power play. Clark, all the way through, deflected wide. Yo, the Leafs clear it, and that power play, that 4-minute power play for the Kings, stunk booty. That was buns. Here come the Kings, though. 5-on-5. No way! Tap in for Byfield! That's hilarious! The second the power play was over, immediately, the Kings get one back, and barely over a minute in, Quentin Byfield, the tap in, and the scorebug is still stuck on hits instead of shots. What a feed. Who was that with the feed to Byfield? Right. Oh, it's right. Isn't that the guy from before the game? I was like, I don't know who that is, so he's definitely scoring. Hilarious. Oh, it was Ward? Who the hell's right? Who is that? We got a whistle. I legitimately, who is that? Jared Wright. 6th round pick from 2022. That was his 3rd career NHL point in his 17th game. In 17 games, he has no goals. Oh, he's scoring tonight. And 2 assists. Well, this is number 3. His 3rd assist. The Leafs are going to spoil our picks, aren't they? Yep. Wait, do you want to win or lose it? I don't know. Yeah, it's true. Yeah, I put it this way. I never want to say I want the Leafs to lose, but I would not be sad if they lost because we need the Kings to win. Cowan, did he get high sticked? And Mikey Anderson's going to the box. Oof. Yeah, he got Cowan pretty good. Oh, like right by the eye. Yeah, you almost got him in the eye, man. That was dangerous. Is it? Yeah. No, Drew. These guys don't use a mouth guard properly. They start hating it from a young age. Trust me, I know. All right. Leafs are going to get the 2-goal lead back here. I'd put money on it. Riley. Here we go. Nice. Nylander. It still hits on the scorebug, by the way. Nylander. Nice. Oh, couldn't quite find Riley there, and Riley's got a scamper to go get it. It has been stuck on 13-7 hits since the first period. Like a decent amount of time left. Ooh, what a move by Cowan. Gets it to Tavares. What a crazy move to keep it alive. Cowan. Down low to Nyes. Back up to Riley. Nylander. That doesn't get through. Nice. Cowan. That goes over the net. Lawton has no stick on the Kings PK. Nylander. Riley. Cowan. 50 seconds. Cowan. Nylander on the one-timer. Stop by Kemper. And we're going to get a whistle here because it knocked the strap off his helmet. Scorebug's still broken. Speaking of booty, there is a quarterback in college football named General Booty. Not making that up. You're absolutely making that up. Could Cowan move into our own Matthew Kachchuck? Okay. Matthew Kachchuck was picked 6th overall. But like a version of him or a player like him or like a Travis Konechny, light even, would be nice. Jacqueline, thank you for 5 SDPN memberships. You beaut. A reminder that losing helps us get 2 picks, says JD Atkinson. Doesn't matter. Francois Labelle, I want the Habs versus the Avs in their Nordiques jersey for the Cup final and for the last time before it gets old. Choo choo. I'm laughing at you thinking that it'll ever get old to Habs fans. Kings clear it. 30 seconds to go here on this Leafs power play. Max Domi. Matias Michelli. Behind the net, Robertson. Around for Joshua, 15 seconds. Joshua gets some space. Michelli gets it up to McCabe. Keeps it alive. Michelli tries the cheeky pass to Robertson. Doesn't work. The Kings clear it all the way down the ice, and that'll do it for the Leafs power play. Oh, here come the Kings. Big turnover from McCabe. Kings score! Adrian Kempe ties it. Wow, wow, wow. Right at the end of a power play, 2 times. One was their own. The other was the Leafs, and the Kings. Oh, that was a giveaway from Joseph Woll. If you're a goaltender, tend the goal. What was that? Mikey Anderson coming out of the box, gets the puck off the turnover. And Joseph Woll, tank commander of the moment. Yeah. So the shots are 13-7 apparently, but they're just, oh, they're not 13-7? That's the actual hit numbers. Yeah. The hits are 13-7. But they're not, but they're showing hits instead of shots. Oh, no. It's just been the wrong graphic. Oh, Morgan Riley just scored off of Joel Edmondson, and the Leafs regain the lead. Morgan Riley just slides it into the crease, and it bounces off his former teammate. The Leafs regain the lead. And we have 3 goals in the opening 5 minutes of the second period. Cowan hands it off. Riley, doink. And that's a very costly goal against the Kings. Oh, Edmondson, buddy. Doink. Oh, and he almost gets it with his stick. Uh-oh. Telling you, 5-3. Are they challenging offside? No way. They just scored on their own net. Coach's challenge for offside. Yeah, goalie interference. Penguins beat the Panthers 9-4. Florida is eliminated. That's such a crazy sentence. All the way through. LFR title 13-7. I like that. I'm not rooting for us to lose. I just won't hate it. I get that. We don't get top 5 this year. Berube's back next. Please no to both. Nope. Plays for Louisiana Monroe. He's the nephew of John David Booty, who played quarterback for the Saints. Is it offside? Oh, yeah, that's pretty clearly offside. Way offside. Should you be allowed to challenge if you score on your own net? Well, we're about to find out. It's Riley's going to have this goal called back. No goal. And we're back to a tie game. Huge break for the Kings. I want to see Steve in a Habs jersey saying that Demidov has a more impressive rookie season than Matthews. Okay. I don't have a Habs jersey. The one I used a few years ago, I borrowed. I don't even remember who I borrowed it from. Would Patrick Starfish have made a better GM than Tree? Oh, I think maybe. Francois Labelle sent 5 SDPN memberships. Gracias. I smell multiple 10 the goals. Also, speaking of the Pens, did you see Cooch's goal from Thursday? I did not. Should have been 10-4 to eliminate the Cats. That would have been good. Hellenius back out there on the ice. Malott and Hellenius on the ice, and so is Pizzetta. Let's see how this shift ends. Yarncroak breaking out, protects the puck. Nice pass to Lorentz. Hey, he tried to find Yarncroak. Couldn't get the shot off. Riley keeps it alive. Yarncroak. Riley Riley in front. He tried to do it again. By the way, Hockey Night in Canada, like the staple of Canadian television, scorebug is still hits. In front, Robertson. The Leafs get the lead again. And they're calling it off. Too many men on the ice. You're joking. This game has everything. You are absolutely kidding me. Oh, way too many. Oh, my God. Yeah. Just straight up 6 guys. Was it Bo Grew who jumped? Berube is who he said who jumped. Oh, I see. I don't know what that pin is. Who effing jumped and no one's copping to it. The camera keeps going to Bo Grew. Francois. Merci. Demigod. Power play goal for the Habs. 2-0. Robertson going to the box for the Leafs. Want another good one? How about Dude Person? I've heard of that guy. Plays defensive back for Central Arkansas. Football's names are great. Dude, those are the funniest 2 goals I've ever seen called back consecutively. Easily. This is the Leafiest game of the season? It might be. So the Leafs go from having the lead to not having the lead to having the lead to being on the penalty kill and not having the lead. And now here comes Bo Grew on the PK. That shot doesn't get through. How nuts would it be if they got a shorthanded goal right now? Hockey Night in Canada scorebug is still wrong. Artemi Panarin. Panarin. That goes wide. I mean, if the information is right, I guess it's not wrong, but why is it hits instead of shots? Kempe into the glove of Wool. 1:15 to go in the second period. I'm tweeting about the hits thing just to see if it gets it changed. The broadcast scorebug has shown hits 13-7. The broadcast scorebug has shown hits 13-7 for like 45 minutes. Interception. Here comes Nyes. Doughty. Oh, bodies Nyes. Old man Doughty. You don't see too many people getting Nyes like that. And now here come the Kings the other way. It's Doughty. Back to the point. Kempe. Panarin. 30 seconds to work. He loses it, and the Kings lose the zone. Cue the circus music. Always. 3-0 Habs. Choo-choo. I'm going to be getting those probably for the rest of my life now. Thanks, Keith. Kings working it around. Kopitar. Hands it off. Byfield in front. Kopitar rebound. He's stopped by Wool. Panarin. To the point. Panarin. Cross ice to Clark. Oh, someone shoot it. Panarin. Penalty is done. Oh, Byfield. Lost the puck in his feet. Yarncroke. Benoit. Grew. And the Leafs get out of the zone. That'll be icing against the Leafs with 12:14 to go in the second. I got to trim my mustache. It's getting itchy. The Human Torch was denied a bank loan. The future Leaf structure should be Armstrong as president, Pridham as GM, Letestu as head coach. Still riding that train. Leafs won't do it. I'm okay with the second two. Peter Puck for Leafs GM. The Leafs had the lead, and then they didn't have the lead, and then they had the lead, and then they didn't have the lead, and then they had the lead, and then they didn't have the lead. An April game for the Maple Leafs. Dun, 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 dun. So you can call back too many men goals? Somebody tell the Olympics. That's a good shout. Hudson Habs 3-0. Don't too late for me. Yeah, Francois, late on the trigger there, bud. Bam, 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 bam. Bam, bam, bam. Steve Dangle here on the SDPN YouTube channel. Click like. Click subscribe. Tell all your friends. Blah, blah, blah. Promote Craig to GM and hire Ducharme as head coach. I think Adam would crash out permanently. Congrats to Buffalo for making the playoffs, says R. Bruce. Man, like, rival or not, like, how long's it been? 14 years? Someone showed a photo from the season that the Sabres were last in the playoffs. They were playing the Thrashers. I don't know if the math lines up. Could just be the internet. I don't know. Who says no in a Kachchuck for Robertson deal? Which Robertson? Jason? Does the search for GM extend to other leagues? Like, as in like AHL? Like, yeah, why not? The search for a GM should start with any worthy candidate. 12:07 to go in the second. This is annoying me to the point. I think I'm going to shave at intermission. Just trim. I'm never not having a beard again. Michelli. Domi. Riley. On. Stop by Kemper. Michelli got a decent amount of lumber there from Doughty. 11:47 to go in the second. The scorebug still shows hits. Jason and Brady. Issue is Brady's contract is nuts. But Jason Robertson, if I'm not mistaken, needs a new deal somewhat soon. I don't know. I don't like Brady. Oh, wide. And that'll be a penalty against the Kings as soon as they touch up. Dakota Joshua had a scoring chance, but wasn't allowed to get to the puck by a hook. Nylander, the extra skater, he has the puck. Michelli. Nylander. Good spacing by the Leafs here. Nylander, that's a terrible pass. Kings touch it. Hey, shots! Yo, okay. I tweeted it and they fixed it immediately. I'm sorry. It was like that from about like 5 minutes at least to go in the first period until now. And like within 5 minutes of tweeting it, they fixed it. Leafs go offside there. You can't tell me I didn't have something to do with that. I am conceited enough to believe that I had something to do with that. Mercer cuts the lead to 3-1. I appreciate the updates. Francois Lebel. Freak says which Kachchuck? No, it was Jason and Brady. What are the odds of Pronger being president? Spezza being GM and Laviolette as head coach. Wow. Pelley would be in dreamland. That is something. I don't think any of those things happen. Steve, can you tweet that I should get a promotion from work? Yes. John Cena should get a promotion. Nylander, shot. Oh, it's a tap in for John Tavares on the rebound. And the Leafs get the 3-2 lead for the third time. A power play goal. And that fan in the stands had the right idea. I was thinking the same thing. Is this one going to count? Darcy Kemper is abysmal tonight, eh? He's allowed 5 goals. Only 3 of them counted, but he's awful. 30 goals for John Tavares for less than $4.5 million. A lot of Leafs didn't pull their weight this season. I wouldn't call him one of them. 10:42 to go in the second. Shots 20-10 for the Kings. Score 3-2 for the Leafs. Is there going to be a fight? Now it's Malott. Malott and Domi. They're just giving each other stick work. Malott wanted him. Kings miss there. Hellenius running around. Kings wanting a fight here makes sense, and Domi looking off a fight here actually makes sense because he's trying to win the game and they have the lead. Yeah, they're just laying the lumber though, eh? Look at Hellenius on Michelli. Stop by. Oh, they're just jamming at Wool. Yeah, they're going to go now. They're going to go. Everyone on the ice is going. Joshua's out there too. Malott's looking for a dance partner. Malott's gloves are off. He wants whoever he can get his hands on. Hellenius has his hand. Oh, Domi wants Hellenius now. How like his dad taking on a giant. No fight. Malott's going to go to the box. I have no idea what the penalties are going to be here. Steve Dangle, no longer working at Sportsnet, still getting Sportsnet to do their job. You know what? Getting the score bug right helps the audience, which is something I'm always on board for. You know what I mean? If you had the choice, would you rather be president or GM? President. I have to do like one press conference a year and make more money to make fewer decisions. President. I wish Mr. Dangle would get the call as president. Me too. Did you see the report that Brad wouldn't call up Villeneuve because Brad prioritized his own additions rather than any Kyle Dubas guys? I did see that. I hope it's not true. And it's also really stupid. I want Gillis, Meta, and Julian. I don't understand where the Mike Gillis stuff is coming from. His track record is good. He hasn't been in the league for a decade. And then he went to Switzerland for 2 seasons. And then he still, as I understand it, he hasn't been an executive since like 2018. Although, how do I say it? Separate conversation entirely. I got duped by MLH. Remember that? I wonder if I was the only one. I don't know. Keep Domi and Joshua. They give a darn. It's hard to trade Domi if you want the team to give a crap. You know what I mean? He's a conundrum. I agree on Joshua. One of my favorite hockey moments was Ty knocking out that bum Ulf Samuelsson. It was dirty, but not a lot of people felt bad. I want Gillis, Meta, Julian. Oh, I already read that one. Kings aren't a great team. but they'd at least be competing with Vegas and Edmonton if management got over their love for Darcy and played Forsberg more. How good is Forsberg? I don't know his numbers. Based on Toronto history, it's coming from Mike Sr. Look at the Rylander report article on Gillis. Holy cow. Mouth didn't work there. Minute 17 to go on 4-on-4 action here. Leafs, last time there was 4-on-4 action, scored a goal. Leafs up 3-2 here on a must-lose game against the Kings. Troy Stetcher with it in his own end. Pass up the ice. Finds Nyes. Loose puck. Kings come up with it. Panarin passes. Edmondson up there. Couldn't get the shot through. It was Kempe. Kings re-rack. Panarin. Kings, picked off. Kings treating this like a power play, and it's not working. Nyes in on Brant Clark. Lays the body. Kempe. Clark through the neutral zone. Kempe. Low percentage pass to Panarin. Myers has it behind his own net. 10 seconds to go on 4-on-4 action. And 4-on-4 is over. Joshua and Malott out of the box. Good stick by the Leafs, and they might turn this into offense here. Cowan curls. Oh, stopped by Kemper. He doesn't have a ton of those tonight. Moore can't enter the Leaf zone cleanly. But then Benoit turns it over to Moore. Lawton, almost turns it over. Lorentz, that's the second time I've done that. Lorentz into the glove of Kemper. He nearly had his second of the game. 7:36 to go in the second. Mike Gillis lit it up for the Baltimore Skipjacks in 1983. He's also got that going for him, which is nice. We're going to commercial break, and right now I'm about to find out if that is a real team. Mike Gillis. Well, I'll be damned. Wow. In the 82-83 AHL season, 32 goals, 81 assists, 113 points in 74 games with the Baltimore Skipjacks. The leading scorer of that team, Mitch Lamoureux, who had a few cups of coffee in the NHL, had 57 goals. Who else was on that team? Do I recognize anyone? Mike Moffat feels like a name. No. He did play in the NHL, but no. This is like before my time. Oh, Ian Turnbull. There's a name I recognize. That's about it, though. Mike Gillis, huh? Mike Gillis. The Baltimore Skipjacks. Jack Hughes, shorty, cuts the lead to 3-2. If you're scoreboard watching, think Spencer Carberry is available after missing? Oh, man. No, if I was the I think the Capitals would be stupid to fire him, but I would gladly bring back Spencer Carberry if he was available. Hell yeah. Caps are 4-2 on the Sabres, or up 4-2 on the Sabres. Oh no, says Meme Empress. The Baltimore Skipjacks. A skipjack is a tuna? Even better. Is Baltimore, Maryland known for their tuna? I'd love to know. Maybe they are. Nylander for Flames, or to the Flames for Wolf, a second and a third. Yeah, let's get nuts. Are the Leafs accepting resumes for GM from anyone? I hope so. Tony Hand is a head coach in England for the Whitley Warriors. If only he didn't get homesickness, maybe he'd get the boys to shoot more. Tony Hand randomly deciding to come to North America in like his 60s would be crazy. 7:13 to go in the second. Shots 21-12 for the Kings. Score 3-2 for the Leafs, not including, 2 disallowed goals. Pizzetta's out there. Will there be a fight? Riley. Armia way up the ice. Oh, that was almost the pass of his career. Holy cow. To Lawton as well. Riley off the boards and out. That won't be ice. Mikey Anderson hammered by Bogru. Robertson. Benoit. Joshua. Bouncing puck. Who's going to settle it down? Grew does. Robertson. Hard stop by Robertson. Followed by Mikey Anderson. Anderson wraps him up. Grew. Hauled to the ice. No call. Doughty gets rid of it. And Benoit hits it with his hand. So no icing. Wool out of the net to play it. Nearly taken by Quentin Byfield. Here comes Robertson. Terrible pass. Awful pass. Now here come the Kings. LaFerriere. Passes. Shot. Stop by Wool. Rebound. Oh my goodness. What a save from Wool. What a save from Wool, and all that from just a horrible turnover from Robertson. And here go the Kings again. It's the same guys. Or at very least, it's Hellenius. That was a crazy pair of saves there from Joseph Wool, and Troy Stetcher fell right on him. Another commercial break. Steve Dangle here on the SDPN YouTube channel. Click like, click subscribe, tell all your friends. Phil Atherton, donation for the Humane Society of Durham region. Love what you do. Go/don't go Leafs. Thank you. Oh, it's 10 pounds. Goodness gracious. By the way, I'm going to announce this in LFR, but not yet. So I've made, I think, so at the beginning of the season, I said, I think it was $20 for every Leaf win. And then I bumped it up to $50. I made a donation partway through the season. I don't remember how much it was for. I made another donation. I don't remember how much it was for. All that to say, I don't know what I owe the Humane Society of Durham region. So at the end of the season, I'm just doing $1,000. Just doing $1,000. I love dogs. I love animals. They deserve it. They're better than us. I don't care. Might as well have something nice come of the season, right? And maybe it'll encourage others to give. Or just pay for gas. Just pay for gas. I drove by the gas station today and just out loud alone in my car went, what? So is John Tavares and Mark Messier are the only two players in NHL history to have 250 or more goals with two different franchises? Did I just read that graphic right? That's insane. Francois Labelle, go, Steve, go. Nice donation. I haven't made it yet. But I plan on it. I mean, I guess I could do it now. I could just do it now and then show you the receipt. That makes more sense. Maybe I'll just do that. Sometimes good ideas don't occur to you until you say them out loud. Kempe battling Carlo. Oh, boy. Heavy hit on Carlo. Kempe Clark on. What a deflection from Artemi Panarin and huge Shelley. That was an excellent goal by the LA Kings. It is 3-3 with 5:07 to go in the second period. And folks, I'm going to throw it out there. 5-3 Leafs is very much still on the table. We're almost at second intermission here, and 5-3 Leafs is real possible here. God, that's beautiful. Brandt Clark, he did that on purpose too. Ew. And Wool didn't have his stick or nothing. God, that's a great goal. Brandt Clark and Artemi Panarin. 5:05 to go in the second period here. Leafs can't hold the zone. Kings attacking with speed. Laferriere trips over a ghost. That's got to be icing against the Leafs. Certainly will be. 4:45 to go in the second. By the way, we're going to do trivia at second intermission. Do you want to do a clip first or trivia first? Okay. We'll do trivia first. We're doing trivia? Oh. I don't remember being sent an email for that. Oh! Never mind. Oops. Classic. Oops. We got another whistle. That'll help the kitten and puppy foster program. Good. I want that. Tony Hand as Leafs coach would be awesome for his accent alone. Imagine the post-game interviews. Does he have a thick Scottish accent? We need that in our lives. MT Wild sent 5 SDPN memberships. Yeah, beauty. Spark is back. Spark never left, baby. I was looking back at some of the old standings from the 90s and don't understand why/how the Leafs were in the old Western Conference. Because the league just didn't have enough teams out west. Oh, Domi took out Hellenius there. And Hellenius is just taking the power play and barking at Domi, but not dropping his gloves, interestingly enough. Now, I'm not going to criticize Hellenius for it because objectively, the Kings need so badly to win this game. Buddy, like, it's good that you drew it. I think Domi's basically calling it a dive. Hellenius seems pretty happy about it. Kings 0 for 4 on the power play, 9 shots. Kings with a chance to take their first lead of the night. They're killing the Leafs in the faceoff dot, and they win another one. I believe that's 28-14 now. Panarin on, deflected. Oh, that went through Wool, but he got a piece. Enough to stop it. Kings got a re-rack. Onside. Panarin shoots. Stopped by Wool. Kings hold it at the line. Ooh. There was a King down behind the play. It was Laferriere. He's back up, though. He has the puck right now. Almost spins and scores. Wow, from Kemper. That's blocked. Off the dasher. This is a 2-on-1. Grew with Yarncroke. Hops right over Yarncroke's stick. Why is he still in there, man? Grew. Great effort shorthanded. What was that, Drew? If the Kings win 5-3, do I still count myself as right? Yes. Because the Kings winning 5-3 would be a bigger victory than the Leafs winning 5-3 for the Leafs. There's no real way to look at the Leafs winning this game as a victory. I'm sorry. This game more than others for the rest of the season, objectively. Kemper! What? Kempe! How didn't he score that? He had a wide open net. 33 seconds to go. Deflected, not on. Kings hold the line. I keep calling him Kemper. Kempe. Lehkonen. Doughty shot. Rebound. Laverriere. And the Leafs get rid of it. 18 seconds to go on this power play. Kings are about to go 0 for 5 here in a must-win game through 40 minutes. Trevor Moore with speed into the corner. Leafs kill this one off, but the Kings scored shortly after their last power play. Leafs get out of the zone. Doughty. McCabe. Into the Kings' end. Kemper out of his net to play it. Stop. Tavares. Great battle. Nylander around O'Reilly. Nylander. Domi. Oh, great stick from Trevor Moore. Kings get rid of it, but don't generate any offense out of it. Obviously, you can't call Detroit the Red Sabres, but maybe you can call them the Red Leafs. I wouldn't call them the Red Sabres. The Sabres are a playoff team. I would never do that. MT Wild wanted to donate for the doggies. I am grateful to be tuned in and like to help out when I can. Thanks, Steve, for your awesome commentary. Thank you, MT Wild, you beauty. Shots this period are 17-4 for the Kings. And if I'm not mistaken, the Leafs have scored 3 times. Just 2 of them didn't count. That's if it weren't for Darcy Kemper, like the Kings would be smacking the Leafs, but he's been quite poor tonight. Armia, 45 seconds ago in the second. Nice, breaking it out. Nice. Stetcher. Michelli chops it. Stop by Kemper. Actual Kemper, not Kempe. Oh, Armia, that's a really terrible call. Or sorry, terrible penalty to take for Joel Armia. You wrapped your arm around him. Like, what do you want? Yeah, Craig Simpson going off at him too. That's just really dumb, dude. Like, it wasn't even in a puck battle that, like, you're on the defensive side of the neutral zone. Oh, what are you doing? What are you doing? On the donations, here's a bit from me, Steve. Just lost my dog last night. Thanks for all you do. Love from Pittsburgh. I'm sorry, Shrek. It really takes the seriousness out of the moment when I have to say, I'm so sorry, Shrek. But I'm sorry, Shrek. Nylander. Nice. Oh! Batted out of the air by Cowan! And the Leafs regain the lead with 11.7 seconds to go in the second. And Lawton going at the Leafs after the goal. Is he going to the box now? He is. Oh, boy. Nice. Let's see this again. Tavares. What a pass to Cowan. Oh, my God. Between his legs. Deflection tip. Nice. Bink. Oh, my God. That's beautiful. What a goal. That's got to be the hottest goal of Cowan's career. Oh. The Leafs regain the lead again. Are the Leafs about to go back to the power play? They are. That's it. Armia's penalty was so foolish, and that Lawton penalty is so foolish. Oh, Nyes said something to Lawton, and Lawton cross-checked him. Wow, those are two abysmal penalties for the Kings. And a guy that they got to help them make the playoffs might have just cost them. 10th of the season for Cowan. And we're at intermission here. Leafs with the 4-3 lead heading into the third. And Drew asking the question I think a lot of us want to know. What did Nyes say? I would love to know. Steve Dangle here on the STPN YouTube channel. Click like, click subscribe, tell your friends. We're going to do trivia. We're doing trivia. Doing trivia. We're doing trivia. Doing trivia. We're doing trivia. We're doing trivia. We're doing trivia. We're doing trivia. Drew, you still there? Okay, good. No, I'm just having internet splodies. Neil Douglas Fraser, GoFundMe for Steve to get a Yeti water bottle. Oh, I like my silly little cup. I like my silly little glass. Don't be mean to me. I have a big water bottle upstairs. It might even be Yeti. How will it be called back now? They let it go. The prophecy is coming true. Buddy, I'm a goal away from being dead on. Come on. Etsy Betsy with the go-ahead goal. I don't get that one. This is the most Leafs game we could have seen. You ain't wrong. So scan the little QR code. Actually, the absolutely completely enormous QR code on the screen to play. An Oilers sweater and a Stars water bottle are the top prize for tonight. Second and third place get a Spark and STPN mini stick. Are we still doing the discount thing? I don't know. It doesn't say. I assume it's still a thing, but I don't know. I believe you can also click a link in the description of the show. Yep. Yep. True or false is new at Spark, and this is a lot of fun. We need new codes. All right. We'll get this figured out. I don't know. That's what our admin just said. I don't know if it's Rob or Justin. Is it Rob or Justin? Oh, it's Rob? Oh, Justin also said it, which made it even more confusing. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Don't worry about it. We'll figure it out. I promise. Also, way to move me around the screen there, man. I like that. How much time do you think we should give people to join the game? Uh-oh. Drew, I can see all of our... Oh, okay. I hope there wasn't important information. Okay, good. You can tell I'm watching myself on a delay. Was that? Okay. I am ready. Yeah, you count me down. 3, 2, 1. The Toronto Maple Leafs play at Scotiabank Arena in Toronto, Ontario. True or false? Reminder that you got to be right, but you also got to be fast. your speed score matters. The shots in the Carolina-New York game is 33-6, says Jeremy Hubbard. The answer is true. Obviously, it's true. Obviously. Dylan back in the top 3. You must be the speed master, man. It's crazy. All right. Let me know. The Maple Leafs mascot is Carlton the Bear, an anthropomorphic grizzly bear. True or false? Anthropomorphic. Anthropomorphic. Are you right? Or are you a silly goose? False! Carlton's a polar bear, not a grizzly bear. Oh, man, that fooled a lot of you. You got to read the deets. This is the problem with going for speed. But so many people got it wrong that you should hang around because so many people got it wrong. Dylan got. Dylan got. In his NHL debut, Austin Matthews scored 4 goals in a 5-4 overtime win over the Ottawa Senators. This one's evil. This is evil. False! Austin did score 4 goals, but it was a 5-4 OT loss to the Sens. 48% got it right. Evil. Evil. Pure evil. Maple Leafs legend Ace Bailey was the first player to have his number retired in pro sports. All pro sports. True. The speedy winger wore number 6. 53% got it right. Justin, you did this? You cooked, sir. You cooked. Pat Quinn is the longest serving coach in Leafs history with 574 games. False. Punch Imlach coached 770 games for the Leafs. That's so many games. 31% got it right. All right. The Leafs have made the first overall pick in the NHL entry draft twice. True or false? Soon to be 3. I gave the answer away. It's true. Wendell Clark in 85 and Matthews in 2016. I'm a dumbass. It was pretty delayed, so I didn't help you much, but oops. So that's number 6. We have 2 more. I like true or false. Boreas Salming is the Maple Leafs franchise leader in assists with 620. True or false? Borea. True. Matt Sundin ranks 2nd with 567 helpers, which is aesthetically pleasing. Jacob takes over the lead with 1 to go. This one's going to trip up so many of you. Toronto changed their name from the Arenas to the Maple Leafs in 1927. Drew thinks I gave it away. False! The franchise was known as the St. Patrick's from 1919 to 1927. Jacob falls. Russell wins. Well, it turns out I couldn't help Jacob. Russell is the winner. The top 3. As I catch up on my feed. There we go. Russell is number 1. Sup is number 2. And Laurel Laurel, Yanny, Laurel, Yanny. Who remembers that? Is number 3. So Russell, you get an Oilers sweater and Stars water bottle. Sup and Laurel. Sup, Laurel. You win the SDPN Spark mini stick. And the rest of you also participated. Good job. True or false on Spark? Spark is so good, dude. You should just go on Spark every day. SPARC for go to the net. True or false, trivia, everything, man. So good. So good. We're going to talk about Keith Pelley's press conference and how much it sucked bottom in this clip. Enjoy.
Keith Pelley's press conference has been beaten to death. You've seen all the clips.
And we haven't even done it.
I know. And I what I would prefer to do with this, rather than go through it all again, is narrow down some of the points that he made and discuss them a little bit. Because, you know, the first thing that, you know, I think comes to everybody's mind is the choo. We didn't see the Buffalo and Montreal train coming. Choo-choo. And do you know how many choo-choos I got from Montreal fans last night on the stream?
Choo-choo. Like, just someone get in this guy's ear. He handed 2 divisional rivals a meme for the next decade.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot.
Wait till they win the cup.
Thanks a lot. Oh, dude, I'm going to be streaming Montreal Canadiens games in like a train conductor's hat.
You should.
Like, they're all, you gave them a meme, Keith.
You know,
thanks for nothing.
We should get you a train set and set it up behind you and just have it going all game.
Like Bobby Bacala. Yeah, they'll just have it going on in the background.
Have like a Montreal sort of figurine on it.
Absolutely.
And if it's Montreal Buffalo, which it could be a Montreal Buffalo train, and then we could set them up and they could smash into each other. Anyway, my point is, the Sabres and the Montreal Canadiens were not happy, apparently, about their players being mentioned.
Nor should they be. That's a weird thing to do.
So for anybody that doesn't get that, why would they be upset about that?
Because you have the president of a team being like, oh, well, this guy's a good player, and this guy's a good player, and this guy's a good player. And I mean, it's soft tampering. It is not, I don't think it's the definition of tampering, but you did see a ton of Sabres and Habs fans going, how is this not tampering?
It's not tampering because they're A, not free agents. B, he's just saying that they're good players. Now, is it on the line of whatever? Yeah, but this is, no. Tampering is going, hey, man, do you want to come here off the record? That's tampering.
I think what the impression I got from that quote about naming the players is this man, who is the CEO of MLSE, is dangerously oblivious. Because what people were able to suss out immediately is they're like, oh, these are the guys they discussed in the Matthew Nyes trade talks. And then there was the alleged Carlo Peterka deal.
Yes, that was on the table this summer.
That was on the tail. Oh, the players he brought up for the Sabres are guys who were involved in those trade talks. And then also the weird stuff with Eric Tulsky. And
no. I asked CJ asked a question and mentioned Tulsky by name.
Okay.
That's why Tulsky's name came up. So I think when you hear that quote, it seems weird, but it was Chris that actually asked that.
Okay, that's fair.
It was a follow-up because he mentioned the analytics, and CJ's like, well, there's only one GM in the league with an actual analytics background in data science who's now a GM.
Right.
So are you talking about Eric Tulsky? So that's why CJ specifically brought that person up.
Got it.
Okay.
But Michael Hagee and Vinny Borghini were unforced errors.
Yes.
And then apparently there was a follow-up press conference where he said Yuri Slurofsky.
Did he? Yeah.
Which I haven't seen yet. It's just people were tweeting.
I think that was. I think what
was that a
you
joke?
call a Slurofsky. That's what he said about Borghini by getting his name wrong.
I want a blueberry Slurofsky.
With the bringing up the Montreal Canadiens and the Buffalo Sabres out of nowhere and not seeing the choo-choo train come into the station, I was listening to Myrtle and Jonas Siegel on the Leafs Report, and they had the same kind of viewpoint on that as I did watching the press conference, in that that's irrelevant to the Leafs sucking this season.
Yes.
Seeing the Montreal Canadiens or Buffalo Sabres being good this year wouldn't have helped the Leafs.
Yes.
It was an irrelevant point to the entire discussion of why the Leafs are bad. He thought, oh man, if those teams, if we saw them coming, we would have been better. No, what if we flipped all those wins? You can have the 5 wins you won against the Canadians and the Sabres. Your team is still bad.
Yeah.
What happened was you were an analytic disaster last year, and you won despite that. And this year, everything came to roost. Yeah. You know, we got the answers here. And then so I thought he was just.
We didn't see the Habs and Sabres coming, which is why every time we play the Sens, they outshoot us 40-15.
That's why.
Like, what are you talking about?
In every single game, so it was so irrelevant. And then the prospects too. If you have Michael Hagee right now, you're still not.
That's his name forever. By the way,
we're calling him that forever. I'm sorry, Habs fans, but like that's who he is, and it's also it's a bit.
They are too.
It's a bit.
They
on
think
us.
it's funny.
We are making.
He
fun
gave
of
them
us.
ammo for years.
Yes, you are a train, and you have Hagee. And if they have Hagee, they're also not good. Put Hagee on the team's still ass. So he was just
it's
there
an excuse.
spewing.
It's an excuse, Jesse.
Oh yeah.
So remember the season ticket holder excuse of, well, we had injuries.
Oh.
What they think, they're extrapolating from the narrative that, oh, well, the Leafs would be in the playoff race if they were in the West. So they're taking that and they're going, well, we're in the Atlantic, and if these two teams hadn't come on so strong. Well, number one, Montreal was in the playoffs last year. And
surprise.
Number two, you have to be a top 5 team in your division or fuck off. That's how the playoff format works.
Have to be good?
Yes.
Oh, that's shocking to Keith Pelley.
Top 5 out of 8.
I thought he had a horrible press conference.
It was horrible.
It seemed like he just had so many unforced errors.
I would love to be a fly on the wall with Vinny Borghese and his family and his representation, and because they signed like a week ago. And then you have the Vinny Borghini quote. Well, and I'd love to know if they were like, uh-oh.
So this,
what is that?
Well, first off, I think when he started the press conference saying it's been reported, and it was CJ that reported it, that I've been involved and whatever. He's like, I'm not interested in who's playing left wing.
No shit.
He was involved, and he was in the, has been involved and said in previous years, my job is to be the sounding board. Which means if you're the sounding board, what's the GM coming to you about, really, if it's not the players?
He sat in on the entire trade deadline day. That is a thing that happened.
As an observer.
And that is...
He said.
But Steve, we run a company. If I went over to Drew's house every time he edited LFR and just sat in his room while he did it, how do you think Drew would feel? Yeah. And Drew's a friend, but Drew works for us. If I sat there and if Maddie's editing our social media clips and I just sat there and said, "Oh, I'm just here as an observer."
Here, keep going.
This is the thing I'm talking about here. It's an invasion of space.
You smoke great.
Right? It's uncomfortable. It's weird. And I think, Jesse, you nailed it. I think I just want to put my hand up and say I was wrong about this guy. I thought this guy was decisive. I thought this guy was going to be smarter than this. And what it seems has happened is they needed to show Rodgers that they were making cuts. They made cuts. And when you make cuts, you're gonna force some issues. And the biggest, easiest cuts to make were Masai and Brendan.
Yeah.
And maybe it was Brendan's time, and maybe it was Masai's time. But to not replace them shows me that you don't know what you don't know, which is the worst position to be in. The Leafs on their own, if they went up for sale, Bettman said this last year, which means it's even worth more now. They might be worth $4.5 billion, but if you put them up for sale, they're going to go for $6 to $7 billion. The Raptors, same. So you want to tell me that it's a good idea for a multi-billion-dollar company to have a leader that they're sharing with another multi-billion-dollar company? Because you have to look at Maple Leaf Sports as a conglomerate of companies. I think the Leafs, the Raptors, TFC, they're all different companies.
I think you were wrong for the right reasons, though. You're like, well, his resume is this and that and that. The job's impossible. And like I've said that from day one, and I'm strong on that. And I think now we seek. Drew goes, "Are you ready to come back?" And I go, and he's like, "What?" I don't understand if you that was like remember I Love You, Man? I will see you then, or I will see you at another time. That's very confusing. I don't know what that means. Meme Empress. Fun fact: if you played emulated Pokemon, there she is. You'd have PK Hex on hand for editing save files. I turned off the legality randomizer and got a pop-up that said, "Please behave." I had a giggle fit because of it. I'm gonna be totally honest. I don't know what a decent chunk of those words mean. I'm just being honest. Catch you on the flippity flip. Yeah. Drew's also saying if you call the score correctly, it's crazy. I mean, they could get an empty netter. I've got Steve's audio. Steve saying, I'm old. Look at my friggin' beard. What do you think I am? 24? Get out of my face. Leave me alone. Insider J Money, we can't hear you over those non-playoff tiers. Yeah, the Flyers aren't in yet. Also, I've heard better chirps from a dead bird. All right? Drew says, hey, Steve, if Just for Men or a similar brand sponsors us, would you dye your beard? Which could just be reworded. Would you accept money? I'll bleach my beard for the right price. Slim Shady, but just on my face. The reverse Hulk Hogan. Brown hair and a blonde beard. Hideous. Leafs, that's not what No Kings was supposed to be about. I'll allow it. I'll allow it. Man, so exciting. So exciting, by the way. Glad you asked. It's spring, and spring is sprung, which means Steve can look for birds again because more birds are back. When I went to Calgary, so I wasn't able to do a lot of exploring in Nova Scotia, which is unfortunate. But when I was in Calgary, turns out they have a crap load of a bird that I've never seen before. We might have them. I've just never seen them. They have magpies. And I saw a magpie, and now I have a magpie on my Merlin app life list, which is real life Pokemon. I have 83 species of bird. Hell yeah. What is this? Scroll, you piece of crap. All right, here, wait. I'm going to refresh. Because my browser is being a jerk. Islanders and Blue Jackets both losing, says Drew. Oh, dear. Uh-oh. No, I have the game. Ugh! Why is Gary Bettman in a hoodie on my television? So are they announcing Kraft Hockeyville right now? So it's Tumbler Ridge and Tabor. Oh, I'm way behind. There's 16 minutes. It's the third period? Didn't anyone wonder why I wasn't talking about the game? No! We're almost 5 minutes in. I had no idea. Leafs, stop it, Kemper. I had no idea. I had absolutely no idea. I was too busy fiddling with all the stuff that wasn't working. All right. Gray hair from the kids, Leafs or Drew? Leafs. And nature, unfortunately. You know what? With the genes in my family, I'm lucky I'm gray and not bald. I'm doing... Maybe that's why Drew asked, are you ready to go? So, like, when I came back, was it almost game time? Puck dropped as soon as I went live? So I was just blabbing. No, I didn't know. I had no idea. And that's how little happened in the game. That's how little happened. No one gave a damn. I was just talking about birds. I'm talking about magpies. Lawton scored at least one of those goals, right? Good question. Welcome to SDP VIP, not Vasque. Steve, what the hell happened to the yoga ball? I used the yoga ball for LFR, but not for a 2.5 hour stream. It's over there. After your chirps during last VIP directed at the 999 challenge, I will be beyond disappointed if you, Adam, and Jesse do not attempt the challenge. I actively have an ulcer. I would love to do it, but not now. You see Minton skate clip Cernak in the face? No, but I heard about it. You should try getting an Australian magpie. What? That would involve a very large flight. The Blue Jackets are doing their impression of an 18-wheeler down the stretch. I know, dude. I saw a magpie funeral from my kitchen window once. Yeah, I heard they're weird. Lawton is a Philly sleeper agent taking penalty minutes to make sure we end up with a third instead of a second. It's possible. All right. 14-22 to go in the second period. Shots 28-15 for the Kings. And they're losing until then. What a shot from Adrian Kemper. I did it again. Son of a gun. Adrian Kempe. I'm so pissed. No. 14-14 to go in the third. And folks, nothing has made me wonder if I actually suck at my job more than the last 5 minutes. I might be bad at this, fellas. I might be bad at this, ladies. I might be bad at this. Arturi Lehkonen. I said Mikko Lehtinen. And like there was a series-winning overtime winner in the playoffs. Dude, I suck. 4-4. And now, more importantly, 5-3 is officially off the table. I'm so disappointed. Like, the Kings this is an absolute slog fest. Slog fest for the Kings, who desperately need to win this game, and the Leafs. Hellenius scores with a snipe of his own. Samuel Hellenius, the big guy, gives the Kings their first lead of the night. 5-4 in LA. Oh, baby. Hellenius wears 7-9, and that might be the final score of this game. No, that couldn't have been his first goal. Samuel Hellenius. That is his 5th goal of the season and 9th of his career in this, his 97th game. Drew said, damn, he scores as much as Quinn Hughes. Oh, no, are they challenging? Oh, it's a timeout. Craig, you piece of... Don't do it. Oh, my God. This is going up there with making Adam unclog the toilet. Oh, we promised to never talk about that again. Fair, got to keep the back happy. It's true. They had the lead, and then they didn't have the lead, and then they had the lead, and then they didn't have the lead, and then they had the lead, and then they didn't have the lead. Another blown lead for the Maple Leafs. What Leafs stay for next year, Steve? Nyes, Tavares? Yes to both. Here's the thing. I think Treliving wanted to trade Nyes for whatever reason, and hopefully the new guy is like, yeah, no, this is a good player. Why are we doing that? Denise Campbell, LOL, now it's the most Leafy of Leaf games. No, the Leafs have to come back and win it for it to be a Leafy Leaf game. A comeback win for the Leafs in what is the 20th overtime or shootout loss of the season for the Kings. That would be so perfect for both teams. Philly controls their destiny in the Metro race now. All right, you got to get in. Francois Lebel says, nah, you's good, dude. No, you. $13:30 to go in the third period. Shots 30-15 for the Kings, and somehow that's their first lead of the game. Kemper, close the door. Was that? Oh my God. If the Kings win this game, that's a great point, Drew. The Kings will only be 3 points away from Kings Oilers Part 6. Psychotic. Joshua. Feed. What a deflection. Robertson misses wide. Robertson had one of the 2 goals that were taken away by the Leafs in the second period. Adam Wilde said, listen, we need them to lose, okay? You're so hot in that picture with your purple shirt, Adam. Did you know that? And the Kings score! The Kings go up 6-4. Oh, baby. 12:38 to go in the third. I don't think the timeout worked. Alex Laferriere. Since I tweeted that the Leafs were definitely winning this game, the Kings have outscored them 6-2. And the score is 6-4. Stetcher, that's a terrible clear attempt. And a really, good shot from Laferriere. Joseph Woll is not happy with himself, but boy, those are 3 pretty good snipes. You do need a save, but Domi shoots. Stop by Kemper. Nothing says serious team more than Domi getting stopped and then the camera zooming in on him going. Steve Dangle here on the SDPN YouTube channel. Click like, click subscribe, tell all your friends. Boodaloo, boodaloo. Francois Lebel, that timeout worked. They are losing by more. Lipstick attack. Sports are fun. I said sports are fun. The Habs have blown a 3-goal lead to the Devils. Oh, merde de l'or. This could be a crazy tank night for the Leafs. Because what do we got? Are the Leafs? No, the Leafs are behind the Devils, who have randomly decided they're good. Florida got killed, but they're just ahead of the Leafs. And if the Leafs lose this game, they'll be tied with Florida, but have more games played. The Blues are 1 point back of the Leafs. Do they play tonight? Kraken are 2 points back of the Leafs. The Leafs falling 2 spots would be crazy. Kraken, okay, so the Blues don't play. Kraken play the Blackhawks. If the Kraken lose that game, they deserve to miss the playoffs by 1,000 points. Where are they? Where's it? So that's at 10. Bobby McMahon. You might hit 30 goals tonight. Francois Labelle, Arg, NJ scored 3 since I said I wouldn't say choo-choo. You got to start saying choo-choo again. If the Kraken win, the Leafs drop to 6th last. It's crazy the Kraken could still make the playoffs, and they are in 28th place. The 27th and 28th place teams in the league still have a crack at the playoffs. Calgary is not mathematically eliminated. They have 70 points in 75 games. They have less than a point a game. I miss seeing the local ads from every city on the league package. What ads are on Hockey Night in Canada? Zempic. Malcolm in the Middle was just advertised. Francois Labelle says, choo, 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 choo. 12:05 to go in the third period. It is 6-4 Kings. The Leafs, or the Kings rather, actively tried to give this game away with the dumb penalties they took. And the Leafs said, no, we're good. $12 minutes left in the third period. Easton Cowan going up against Drew Doughty. Blocked by Drew Doughty. What a move. Tripped by Drew Doughty, and that's a call. Or is it offside? Which is it? Geez, Doughty looked pretty uncomfortable there, eh? No, I think they're just calling it offside. Costco gravy time? No, not tonight. Amberlynn. Caps beating the hungover Sabres, and literally everyone ahead of them lost today. I hate that I still have hope. The Caps are sneakily in it, but like they have too many teams to climb over. They could win every game for the rest of the season and still miss. It's the math is not mathing, and it's crazy because they have a better goal differential than the Blue Jackets, Flyers, and Red Wings, but they need to pass the Sens. Here come the Kings for 7. No luck. 11:20 to go in the third. LaFerriere. That doesn't go on. Byfield to Moore. Moore stapled to the boards by Benoit. Stetcher takes it. Again, really struggling with that outlet pass is Stetcher. Here come the Kings. Shot from Ceci. Blockered away by Wool. Yeah, Drew asking is Stetcher on the team next season. If you asked me before Christmas, I would have said absolutely. If you asked me before the Olympic break, I would have said absolutely. He has not been great. I'd take him as like our 7th or 8th. But like playing every night, no. Turnover, Robertson snipes it. Wow. I think that was Bo Grew creating the turnover and Robertson absolutely roofing it. 10:23 to go in the third. 5 goals on 18 shots for Kemper, not including 2 goals that didn't count. Oh, sorry, that was Dakota Joshua creating the turnover, not Grew. Although Grew did help, but Joshua caught the puck, sent it over to Robertson. And those two have had chemistry pretty much all season long. And oh, baby, we still have a game here in LA. Kings can't pull this off, they don't deserve to make the playoffs. Like, that's the long and short of it, right? Long as I'll have no sympathy for them. Kemper is scoring a lot of goals and allowing a lot of goals. You're absolutely right, Drew. The Kings will briefly be in a playoff spot, potentially not briefly, by 2 points if they win this game. Depends what happens with the Sharks and Preds tonight. Or today, rather. I don't know if either team plays. Let me see. Sharks. Oh my God, they play each other. That's fantastic. Sharks and Preds play each other at 10. Huge game. Who would have thought? Sharks Preds must watch. Who would have thought that at the beginning of the season? Wow. Myers plays it out. Overtime. This is Francois Labelle. Choo-choo. Monday's going to be fun. Monday's always fun, meme Empress. Leafs legend Nick Foligno signed my Mo jersey today. Yo, I love that. That's hilarious. Uh-oh. Kings can't hold the line. They get it out of harm's way. I don't like moving digital ads during play. I just had one in LA. Canadian Crypto Hub. Although I guess that doesn't count as a hockey night ad. Or yes, it would. I have questions. I don't know who gets that revenue. It's got to be the broadcaster, right? Got to be. Troy Stetcher. Oh! He got Trevor Moore to bite and fall down. Kept alive by Grew. Joshua with it behind the net. Benoit on, deflected. Wide. I can't emphasize how bad Darcy Kemper's been in this game. If you count the goals that don't count, he has allowed 7 goals on 20 shots. He's still playing. He also, if the score stays the same, wins. Yarncroke in a foot race with Doughty wins it. Lawrence back to the point. Carlo scoring here would be hilarious. That goes to the moon. Stays in play. No, it doesn't. 7:37 to go in the third. Butcher, why do I feel like Trevor Moore should be like 40? Because Trevor Moore's era with the Leafs feels like a long time ago. It was pre-COVID. Drew asking me how many goals Steven Stamkos has. I know he's had an incredible season. 36. 37. Not bad. Not bad. Not bad. Not bad. What's his plus minus? Minus 20. Minus 18. Shoot. I know this league. I don't know the difference between Kempe and Kemper, but what's Martin Nietzsche's plus minus? Plus 33. Plus 46. Good God. Wow. That's pretty good, eh? That's pretty good. I'm just looking at more stats. They're down this season compared to what they've been throughout his career, or rather throughout his Kings career. He's been a good little playoff performer for them. 5 points in 7 games, 3 points in 6 games. He had 1 point in 5 a couple years ago. That was garbage. But then last year, 4 points in 6 games. This is not a guy who produces a ton. He has 2 seasons in the NHL where he scored over half a point a game. Like, if you're getting that kind of production out of a player like that in the playoffs, like, that's a gamer, right? That's a good little player. Do disallowed goals still count as a shot on goal? They do not. Kempe is that really tall kid from New York, right? I'm embarrassed about how long that took me. Apparently, the Habs overtime is insane. Yeah, well, we got to watch whatever this game is. There's 7:37 left, and this is a huge moment in the season for both of these teams. We'll see what happens. Leafs win the ozone draw. Riley puts it into the offensive corner. Nylander plays it back. Doughty gets it out off the bouncing puck. Lawton plays it up. And they're going to... Nope. Yes, they call it icing. 7:16, and that was Scott Lawton who iced the puck. What cup final would you most like to see this season, and why doesn't it include the Habs? Habs Oilers. Oh, sorry, Avs Habs. Sorry, Drew. My bad. Yeah, but Drew, when I pick the Avs to go to the cup, so you want me to pick that Montreal Canadiens for the Stanley Cup this year? So you want me to have the Avs in the cup final losing? You're so weird. And also, that tracks. Like, it just tracks. I have them losing in the first round. Hey! Second round. Hey! Third round. Hey! Stanley Cup final. Oh, okay. No, I don't think they're going to lose in the first round, Drew. Unless the Kraken sneak in. Sorry. This is stupid. I'm stupid. Kings in their own zone. They might want to stop doing that. Leafs send it right back. Kemper out of his net to play it. He might want to stop doing that. Edmondson, get out of your end. Here come the Leafs. The Leafs are going to tie this game. Kemper out of his net to play it again. Shot! Matthew Knies ties it immediately. Immediately. Yes! No! Ah! I'm sorry. Do I know this team or do I know this team? Immediately. Immediately. It was less than 10 seconds. Yo, Kemper that's a great shot, but like Kemper's been useless. Good God. Make a save, dude. Make a friggin' save. 8th career multi-goal game for Matthew Knies. It is 6-6. 9-7 is still on the table. Going to the shootout. Choo-choo there in Montreal. Kings fan here, and you are right. We do not deserve a playoff spot, and we all know it. Our mugs are here. Luke, do something. And here come the Kings now. They put it on. That one goes wide. We're getting a 6-7 game. Del Tago Vista. Okay, who's ready for the Lawton game winner? That would be crazy. Costco Gravy called it. Avs will choke to Dallas like they always do. How dare you? Drew said Pete DeBoer's not there anymore. I'm not worried. 5:40 to go in the third. Shots are 34-19. Score is 6-6. So if you count the goals that didn't count, Kemper has allowed 8 goals on 21 shots. He has been unplayable this evening. Panarin. Taken down by Riley. No call. Here come the Leafs. Joshua. Grew. Lays the body on Edmondson. Riley. Robertson. That goes wide. Grew. Lots of time. Lots of space. Plays it back to Joshua. Hooked to Robertson, but he missed him. The Leafs have to go back and get it. 5 minutes to go in the third. Actually, one of the craziest games of the year. Legitimately one of the craziest games of the year. What are the numbers? I hope they're good. because you're missing a crazy game. Kemper out of the net to play it. Doughty tries to get it to Lawton. It doesn't work. Yarncroke scoring would be right there, eh? Nylander is getting double shifted by Craig Berube. Armia in front. Lawton plays it to the point. Anderson. Lawton spins, fires, blocked by Stetcher. Leafs break it out. Doughty gloves it down. Dan Patrick says, no, we have to lose. Wool plays it to Carlo. Oh, really? That's a grenade. Nice. Can Nyes get a Hattie? Domi. Stripped by the Kings. Here they come. Brant Clark through the neutral zone. Byfield. By the way, a Leafs win and Kings OT loss is still on the table. Brant Clark doesn't get through. Michelli. LFR titled, yeah, does need to be Kemper. Domi plays it back to Myers, but tepidly. Riley. We're really seeing the Riley-Myers pair in 2026, bro. Myers shoots wide of the net. Otherwise, I think it would have gone in. Yo, that guy was at the Olympics. Panarin. He didn't play, but still. Panarin. Cross ice. Shot. Somebody will rebound. Oh, what a save by Morgan Riley. Panarin at an empty net. Doughty. Shot. Mikey Anderson rebound. That goes wide. Kings can't buy one. On. Blocked. Panarin. Shot. Stopped by Wool and covered up. 2:36 to go in the third. Sharks and Preds double stream tonight. You wish. So this is basically a lose-lose situation. Yep. Oh, Kemper, my favorite Olympian. This is JD Lefebvre. Steve Dangle here on the SDPN YouTube channel. Click like, click subscribe, tell all your friends. I'm just going to tweet out the link one more time. Devils Habs in round 5 of the shootout. Kings need to get serious or they'll lose in the first round at this rate. Kings need to lose or they'll never lose in the first round at this rate. I butchered your joke, Jeffy. That's a good joke. And I messed it up. Where are we dancer? Can you believe it's 6-6? And it's legitimately a comeback. Like the Kings came back. They were down 2 goals. The Leafs were down 2 goals as well. They were down 2 goals like 10 minutes ago. It said this is one of the worst goaltending performances the Leafs have played against this season. Habs won the shootout. Steve, how over is it for Columbus right now? Not yet. But it's getting there. Remember when I missed the first 4 minutes of this period? Somehow I didn't miss a single goal. How many goals have been scored this period? 4? 5? It's 5. Insane. Habs win. Choo-choo. Next head coach should be Andrew Lord. I don't know who that is. Or Manny Malhotra. I do know who that is. Francois Labelle sent 5 SDPN memberships. Thank you. Merci beaucoup. Mon ami. Steve, why are you doing this to us, Steve? Why? Damn these guys who can't win or lose. Do they hate us? I mean, yeah, I think so. They sure act like it. 2:22 to go in the third period in this 6-6 game between the Leafs and Kings. 36-19 are the shots. But Kemper has allowed 6 goals on 19 shots, 8 goals on 21 if you count the 2 that were called back. Kings playing it behind their own net. Edmondson can't get it out. Yarncroke fires that wide. Brant Clark. Under 2 minutes to go here. Wool gloves that, plays it to Riley, off the boards and out. Doughty. Where is it? Doughty recovers it in the neutral zone to Byfield. Byfield into the opposite corner. Puck fortunately goes to the stick of Laferriere. More. Laferriere. Byfield can't get it through to him. And now Nylander, Tavares, and Cowan break out 3 wide for the 3-on-2. Nylander can't get that through. Byfield can't get that out. Stopped. I think that was blocked before it even got to the net. 1:11 to go in the third. Carlo. The Kings will be playing for the point here. Wes Richard sent 5 SDPN memberships. Gracias, Wes. Kemper. Neutral zone. Lawton is out there for the Kings. Armia is too. The Kings are trying to shut this down for the point. Because a point gets them into a playoff spot. Even briefly. Wow, what a burst of speed. Riley, that was a right from the Kings. Holy cow. He steals it off Morgan Riley. 16 seconds to go. Kings in the neutral zone. Mikey Anderson. Hard around. 10 seconds. Carlo's waiting there. Good steal from Kempe. Not to be confused with the goalie. And we are heading to overtime. 6-6. Remember, over-under was 91.5 for the Habs. 100 points is Power Pat. Steve, do the Wild have a good chance of winning in the first round against Dallas and potentially getting through the Avs in the second round? Also, Drew, thoughts? I mean, yeah, of course they have a good chance. They've been one of the best teams in the league all year. But they could also easily lose in the first round. That's how good their opponents are. Habs win, choo-choo. See, they win, and all of a sudden all the choo-choos are back. Hey? What a game. So, I just realized the Kings get a point. The Leafs also get a point. Which will move them. Actually, the Leafs will move up in the standings. They're going to pass the Panthers. They might pass the Jets, too. I don't know who has the tiebreaker there because they'll both have 33 wins. They'll be 2 up on the Blues, 3 up on the Kraken, and I don't need to tell you what happens if they actually win. Oh, Jets just won? They just beat Columbus? So that's real good news. We like that. I don't know if that's updated. So should they have 80 points? Or 78? The Leafs, if the Leafs win this game, they'll be 1 point back of the Kings. Jets have 78. No, the standings are updated, Drew. Dude, this team has no idea. This is most overtime games in a season, record breaking. And they also own the record for most overtime or shootout losses at 19. Is tonight 20. Kempe, Lawton, and Doughty against Tavares, Nylander, and McCabe. Lawton tackles Tavares to the ice, and he disappears to the Kings bench. Doughty. I believe Panarin is out there now for the Kings. Doughty to Panarin with some speed. Not a lot. Attack, shoots, blockered away. Kings are 7-10 in OT this season. Leafs are 8-9. Kempe scoring would be very legitimately funny. Doughty. Lawton is funnier, but I don't know if he's going to play. Domi is out there now for the Leafs. Turnover from the Kings. Domi turns it over himself. Doughty shoots. Stopped by Wool. Domi. Geez, still really struggling to play the puck. There you go. Gathers it through the neutral zone. Leafs get a change of their own. Domi. Over a minute gone here in overtime. Domi. Nyes almost deflected that. Nyes is on Hattie watch. I think there's a few guys on Hattie watch. LaFerriere. Byfield. Byfield shoots. That misses high. Shots 38-19. Kings have officially doubled up the Leafs. It is 6-6 in overtime. Brant Clark. Kopitar over the boards. Brant Clark. There's Kopitar. Trevor Moore plays it into the neutral zone. Trying to lure the Leafs into a change, maybe? They're all the way back to their own goal line. Here comes Kopitar. Yeah, what are the Kings doing here? Here comes Panarin. He's got Nylander on him. Panarin shoots. Wow. Really good rush from him. That went wide. Byfield tries to chip it to the point. It works. Down low. Byfield. Oh, what a move. Oh, Kempe robbed by Wool. Nylander breakaway. Stop by Kemper. He fanned on the shot. Kemper plays it to Panarin. 3-on-2 for the Kings. Kempe. Panarin. What a goal! Quentin Byfield buries it. His second of the night. And the LA Kings pick up 2 points. 7-6 the final. 40-20 were the shots. Truly a bonkers game. Bonkers outcome. The Leafs needed the Kings to win this game. They also needed to leave points on the table. And they did leave one. Nylander, I couldn't believe Nylander fanned on that shot. What a play. Panarin, Kempe, Panarin, Byfield. Byfield had 2 goals tonight, and they were both set up on a platter. What a goal to end it for the LA Kings, who move. Yeah. The Kings move into a playoff spot with that win. The standings have not updated yet, but the Kings will have 81 points, jumping the Preds and Sharks, who play each other. Actually, the game starts in, I think, 2 minutes. Temper your expectations, says Sloopins. The final score was 6-7. Game-winning goal, Lawton and Carlo. You could have had it. Caulfield, 2 assists, 85 points. Suzuki, 1 assist at 95 points. How do we feel, folks? Did LA hit 40 shots? It said yes, but they keep updating it. So let's see. I wonder if the standings have updated already. They have not. But the Leafs will leapfrog the Panthers. They might leapfrog the Jets. I'm not sure. Jets have less games played? Okay. They really, genuinely can't do anything right. They can't do anything right. Anything. Name a thing. You're wrong. They don't do that right. Name another thing. Go ahead. Try me. You're wrong. They don't do that right. Oh, my God. So the Kings jumped the shark. Kings versus Preds Monday, by the way. Dude. Amazing. Just got here, but funny number. Drew, does the video get called 6-7? Drew put the meme on screen. I'm waiting for it to refresh. Stupid thing. My feed is acting up again. Stupid piece of crap. Oh, you sent, that's so hilarious. I was going to send this to you. Leafs, try in game 7. No, try when you can make multiple of your draft picks worse. Dude, they really, 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 really cannot do a single gosh darn mother effing thing right. Fifth last based on points percentage, which is really the most important category. Yeah, once they update the standings, I don't think they will be anymore. Oh, they updated it. Okay. So the Leafs are 25th in the league, passing the Panthers, which is too good. It's just too good. Oh my God. They are fifth last in points percentage. All right. They're a hair ahead of the Panthers, Blues, and Kraken. Kraken winning tonight would be lovely. They are 3 points behind the lead. Guys, I've said this in the LFRs for a while. They are not going to lose enough games. They're not. They're not going to lose enough games to do the thing that you want them to do. They're not. Telling you. I know what you want. I don't think you're going to get it. I want it too. I don't think they're going to get it. The way the standings are shaping up, I think it would be, what would be better for the Leafs to lose their last 5 games? It's 5 left, right? Or win them. I kind of think win them. You think they're going to fall to 5th last? No, sorry. I wouldn't even be comfortable with 5th last. 4th last, I'd be comfortable. Like, dude, to me, if the Leafs finish 5th last, like, what's the odds on percentage if the Leafs are the 5th, drafting 5th? What's the odds that they don't win a lottery and they get passed? 17%, they stay in their spot. That's horrible. And that, because worst case scenario is giving the Bruins your 6th overall pick. That's worst case. And if you finish 5th last, I think you're setting up the worst case scenario on a platter. Like, your odds of winning the lottery at 5th are really not much better than giving the Bruins the 6th overall pick on a platter. It's better odds for McKenna. Yeah, but it's better odds you give the Bruins friggin', I don't know, Chase Reed or Wheaton Verhoff or Vinny Borghini. I know. No matter who the Bruins get, they're going to be great. Brady Martin looks so damn good. Our lives suck as Leaf fans. Like, dude, it's brutal. Francois Lebel, they are making us laugh. That's good. Choo choo. I don't know what the move is, man. I don't know what the move is. Did Columbus just play their way out of the playoffs? So what happened? Did they play today? Oh, they lost to the Jets. Ooh, that's a bad loss. 2-1 too. Oh, they had 16 shots. What's happened? The Leafs did score 6 goals on 19 shots. Yo, I'm in the LFR today. I'm going to be like, Kings fans, you know you don't deserve to make the playoffs, right? Like, they're awful. That's an awful team. Sorry, yes, Drew? The East wildcard race is drawing my attention. It is 4 teams with 88 points. The Sens, Red Wings, and Flyers have all played 76 games. The Blue Jackets are the only team out of that crop that have played 77. The Capitals still very much in it, but the math is not great. They have 87 points. 87 points in 77 games. Oh, the Islanders are only 2 points up. Well, now wait, though. The Islanders are 1 point up on the Blue Jackets and 1 point up on the Capitals. And the Islanders have 78 games played, whereas Columbus and Washington are both at 77. Islanders on a 4-game losing streak. Blue Jackets on a 3-game losing streak. Capitals at least won their last game. Crazy tight. Wow. Ooh. Battle of Pennsylvania would be friggin' awesome round 1. One last thing. If you win the lottery, you obviously take McKenna. If you win the second pick, do you take Stenberg or the D-man? Which D-man? Reed or Verhoff? I mean, probably D-man, right? Got to be D-man. They need it so bad. Well, Drew, let's shoot a video. Shoot a video. What a team. There's no one like them. My friends, that is it for this one. Thank you very much for watching. Click like if you like this video. Click subscribe if you really liked it. Tell all your friends. 6-7.